Going on, good people? This is yours truly, EZDZ. We finna get into episode Chop Shop. I want to thank those for being patient as we had a little bit of technical difficulties. So we finna crank up this evening to my immediate right.
Daryl's fault.
Stop that, man. Dade City's final. Waldella, what's happening with you, brother?
What's up, man?
Okay, and my man to my far right, my far left, he's very excited this evening. We'll get into that a little later. What's going on, a.k.a. Greg Dawson? How you feeling tonight, young man?
My hands like I always do. Laker Nation and, of course, University of Thomas Jefferson High School alumni. Stand up, be noticed.
Okay, with that being said, let's move forward. Special guest in the building. We're going to talk about this good NBA life. A lot of good topics to cover. So without further ado, these two here, man, keep Konans going. So this family right here, man. So I ain't got to say too much. Give it out, my man Eric, my man Michael and Trigg. Eric Trigg, Mike Trigg. Welcome to Chop Shop, fellas.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us.
Tampa royalty.
No doubt. I'm with you when you're right. So everybody just saw the past weekend. We had the John Morant situation.
That's crazy.
Second time in the span of
that right there, man.
What was it? 2 months? A month?
6 weeks. I want to say that he was out with caught
crazy. Possession
of a pistol, brandishing a gun in a social media video. And I'm gonna go to Eric first because NBA is waiting to. They've got the information. So the question gonna be, what do you think the suspension should be for how long? I'm gonna go with Eric first.
I'm a firm believer, at least a year, minimum, because it's just the precedent set with Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas got caught with a gun in the locker room. They gave him 50 games.
Okay.
This is the second incident with John Morant. They spared him the first time, but it's just his decision making. When you got a continuous pattern, or where you're just doing it over and over and over again, you just have to deal with them dudes because they're not setting an example for themselves. I'm a firm believer. Guess what? Not just the year. I swear, and a lot of people are not going to agree with me, but I wish Memphis would terminate his contract because the endorsement deal's gone, and because sometimes you got to really hit rock bottom.
Is that provision in his contract, though?
No, I'm a firm believer they probably got a code of conduct in there where they can terminate it.
Yeah, because the NBA is privately owned.
Yeah, So I'm pretty sure, if you don't live up to the code of conduct, and you can terminate the contract right there, and you don't own nothing. Yeah, because it's just a firm believer. But guess what? Money can't buy brains, but guess what? Good values can. And obviously, he don't have good values because he don't value the gift that he has. That's number one.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Putting himself with the wrong
people who depend on him.
Right.
However many that may be. That's the sad part.
And it's sad because super talent, you hear me? Enjoyable to watch every time he step on the court.
Oh yeah, I was on Facebook ready to start a Ja Morant fan club at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And it just watching him play, he's so exciting, man, just at his size and the things he can do with the basketball, just his
Say Miami Heat fan on the caption.
Yeah, with the things that he could do with the basketball, his leaping ability, his quickness, it's just his fast twitch, man. The way he plays the game, it's exciting.
So you Adam Silver, how long you give him?
I don't know. I think they should terminate his contract and he be out. Terminate his contract, he be out a year. Cause he's not gonna learn from his mistakes if they do what they did last
time. That was like a slap on the wrist. Okay, so you say
he missed 8 games.
That was it, yeah. And the Grizzlies imposed that. That wasn't NBA. That was the Grizzlies.
Never got to the league.
Never got to the league. The Grizzlies said we'll take care of it, so we'll make you miss 8 games, and then brought him in off the bench.
Sent him to counseling.
Yeah, sent him to counseling. He went to Florida. He was down in Florida.
Yeah, he gonna get his own counseling. Now you got a whole year to get your own counseling.
So you say terminate his contract and make him miss a year. He say the same thing. Trigg, where you at with it?
Well, I just think that even what y'all saying, it's they don't understand. Professional athletes today don't understand the responsibility they have to society.
Okay.
And we got so many kids in every metropolitan city in America with gunplay.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm saying, I'm with them. Terminate his contract, he done.
And just call it quit. You out the league.
He done.
Okay.
Go overseas.
Okay.
That's
work your way back.
It's no working your way back. And you're saying, damn, that's so so final. It has to be at some point.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else I can tell you. What I can tell you, what I'm saying, because it comes from it comes from your upbringing. His dad kicking it, you know.
He definitely kicking now.
You his friend.
Yeah.
How could you let your son blow this opportunity for your family? Y'all supposed to have generational wealth.
And that's what you just talked about. I heard you speak on that earlier.
You know, so my thing is, if you don't appreciate it, okay, we'll do it this way then.
Yeah, I got a partner, John Robinson, spoke on. He said, I think it's bigger than the team. That's an NBA issue. If they let them slide, they'll set a bad example for the other players with a street mindset.
Right.
Which is like you say, what you see. That's,
Everybody.
Yeah. So, Ruff, what's your take on it?
I'm going to say this, and he brought it up earlier. One thing we know about silver is the same thing we learned when you told me about that shield. You know, the shield is going to always be bigger than you.
Yeah, you ain't bigger than that. Yeah, you're not bigger than that.
And it happened with Mike. And, you know, Mike had a different set of circumstances, and Mike also ended up going to prison. That's not going to be, you know.
That's Michael Vick now.
Yeah, Michael
okay,
Vick,
sure.
yeah. Just
You
so
say
we
Mike,
know.
some people say Jordan, like, well, what Mike did?
I forgot the
talking
generation
about pennies.
thing,
Yeah, Mike Penix. Oh.
Yeah, I like to my pennies. I ain't no
Okay.
okay.
Well,
the
Mike
year
Jr.
is interesting. Well, without reading this contract, that's going to be interesting because you know, I know that generally NBA contracts are guaranteed, so economically he's going to be fine. He should be fine economically anyway. But
if he
year?
code of contract, I mean code of conduct.
Conduct.
Code
It's got to be
conduct.
somewhere in
I
there.
think he kills whatever because he violated the terms
no, I
of the
said no.
contract.
If it's in the contract, yeah, he's going to have an issue. My
Right.
thing is it going to be in the contract, and that would be my bigger concern. But
They put things in there about dangerous vehicles. You know, they want to ride motorcycles, all
Yeah,
kinds.
no,
yeah, I
of
guess
stuff.
I'm sure they've changed
Yeah,
since
yeah.
what's your man?
We were just talking about Jason Williams. Jason Williams, with the contract. You know, the Bulls.
The motorbike.
They didn't have to pay him a
Motorcycle.
dime once he had the accident because he violated the terms of his contract.
Right.
But you know, the owner chose to pay him his full contract. You know,
But even
And they even
A
spoke
year?
about he lost $39 million for not being on one of our NBA teams.
yeah, he got the
got it.
Superman. He could have got the Supermax.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were talking about. I think it was like a $40 million pay raise.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
that's a whole lot to try to impress people who would probably be impressed by you anyway.
Right.
So what you think? So what you think? A
It's
year?
like,
You think sit him for a year or some games?
They already impressed.
I'm pretty rough on things, so I just
How rough?
I'm sure it's
Rough.
going to be a year. I'm certain. But you know, here's a problem. You played with me. If I'm thinking silver now. I'm like, dude, you played with me. I gave you a break.
I gave you some grace.
I give you okay. Y'all take care of it. Cool. Then you come right back. It's almost like saying, you know, that's the middle finger.
But that's piggybacking along with what Dade said, Trigg, and East State.
Mike is being real
let's
rough.
not
Mike
be-
is saying,
let's not be-
you don't even get to come back.
Let's not act like it hasn't been done before. I just seen a baseball player. He's over in Japan right now.
Yeah, you talking about Trevor Bauer?
Yeah, Trevor Bauer, yeah.
And it was
He's out the league forever.
Not
Not
forever,
forever,
but
but-
nobody gonna pick him
Nobody
up.
gonna pick him.
nah,
he's in Japan.
Anybody gonna touch him?
And you know that's a crazy incident because in his situation, the female, you know, it came out that she had situations with other Major League Baseball players, and they testified saying this is what she into now.
Right.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me? And they still
like I said, yeah.
did that to him. You hear me?
Somebody said he can maybe hit the G League or pop that off or something like that.
No, but G League is associated with NBA.
That's
So
not
he
going
can't
to
get
work.
it.
That's
That
not
won't
going to
work
work.
now.
That's
So
not going to work.
maybe get the TBT
Overseas,
there.
like he can go over there with. He can go over there with the White. The White love it over there.
Yeah, Dwight told Chris Paul to come over
Come on
there.
over there. He need a
Which-
guard over there.
okay, now we just go get into our next segment. Shamani Williams got fired, and I'm gonna start here first.
No, man.
I'm just saying because let's break it down. Monty Williams, they gave up the bait.
Should he got fired as far as like the expectations? So the Suns, when they brought in Kevin Durant, like it was expected to.
This is it.
Why?
This is it.
They were expected.
But I'm just saying
Because they
that's-
made that move.
That's the move they made. though.
And normally when they make a move like that, they expect you to win
Expectation,
now.
okay, we finna do it. We right here.
And
This is us.
I think they would have been better off not getting Kevin Durant.
with what they had.
With what they had, they would have been deeper.
Because what they gave up.
What they
Yes,
gave
they
up.
would have been deep. They would have been a deeper team. They would have been able to. They would have been able to.
And I just saw something today. It was so crazy to put it in perspective. They said that Kevin Durant and Devin Booker scored more points than the entire team combined over the course of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, over 100 points.
Right.
So you think about they went out in 6. They beat the Clippers in, I think, 6 or 5. They beat them in 5. So you talking about 11 games. They scored 690 points. The entire team scored 566. And that's with Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton included.
Yeah,
But
But DeAndre Ayton ain't really getting.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
he done.
Yeah.
He had a dad
Yeah.
bod.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? He got to get the game. I
And-
mean, I'm just being honest with you.
And when's the last time we seen Chris Paul play
I've always
the
wondered
entire
why he
playoffs?
still play.
I don't know.
I can't remember a season
And
that
they-
he
and they-
finished the playoffs.
Right, and they gave him a 90 million over 3 years.
Yeah, but I'm saying he hasn't legitimately.
But I feel like he deserved that.
Yeah, I mean, he deserve it.
But
for
you
a while.
got. I mean,
just
we can't
his-
go on your body. We can't give you that kind of money for your body of
no,
work.
You got to.
It'd been different if he had been a legacy player. You're not talking about somebody who's been with the franchise forever.
Yeah, you done been with New
Yeah.
Orleans. You been with
Yeah.
Probably about Caesar Journey.
Charlotte,
the journey.
Charlotte,
It's like yeah.
Don't do that to him,
At
man.
this
for real.
point,
He's
at this
been-
point,
He's the first battle. He's the first battle Hall of Fame. But you chasing
That's
chips.
5 teams.
You
know what I'm
chasing
saying?
chips though. You chasing chips.
But at this point in his
Clippers,
career,
New
he's
Orleans,
really a journeyman.
Clippers,
Houston,
Houston.
Phoenix.
Go,
So you play with 5 teams.
Oklahoma,
OKC, yeah.
OKC,
You play with 6 teams. So
Yeah.
that you, I mean, journeyman. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it is what it is.
I mean, at this point in his career, he's
But
what
why
he's
is he
producing.
playing?
His numbers is journeyman numbers.
but he can't
And that's
stay
why,
healthy.
and that's why the White told him to come over here to Taiwan.
Yeah, you can't stay healthy. And I mean, your team counts on
and
you.
it's crazy because you got to do like Marbury. They pushed out the league so early.
Yeah.
And he still had good years.
But you know why they pushed Marbury out though? He talked.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, you
Hey,
know.
listen, one of my biggest things whenever I see somebody, if they haven't seen the documentary they got about
Mahmoud Abdul-Rahman.
that stand,
Yeah.
Yeah,
man,
you
listen,
can't-
That's real.
Jalen Rose say some of the most profound stuff in there when he said, back then we wasn't smart enough and stood by him
Right.
because everything he was saying and everything he stood for then is still coming to fruition now.
Today.
Craig Hodges.
So you know they got a big push.
Yeah.
They got a big push now. The Players Association stuff got a big push now where they trying to get him some money. Because basically they deaded his career.
Yeah, they
You hear me?
blackballed
At the
him.
peak of his career, you hear me?
But see, the thing about that is that goes back to the icons of the league in that era: Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. But they wasn't for each other.
They were for the money.
They for the
Republicans
dollars.
by
They for the money.
But
They
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
money.
Michael Jordan.
You know the
Republican
biggest
by
voice
shoes,
was?
too.
It's crazy. You know the biggest voice was?
What was that?
Akeem Olajuwon, his fellow Muslim.
Wow.
And said he was wrong.
Wow.
You hear me? For
But see-
doing what he was doing. You hear
Yeah,
me?
but see-
He was saying stuff like the Quran teaches to abide by the laws of the land, you know, so forth and so forth. And I'm like, Akeem, for real? Because guess what? But that's somebody who wasn't born in this country. You hear me? Because
Right.
you know, blacks from other countries who come here, you know, I hate to say this, they look down upon us like we tainted.
They
You
do.
hear me?
Yeah,
They
they
do.
do.
You know, I'm
They
just
do.
keeping
No,
it
they
100.
do. You do.
Yeah,
You do.
they-
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
is.
keeping
But
it
it's-
100.
You do.
You know,
They do.
because you know they look at us like you already given them the American dream, so why you
Right.
not living it? But they don't know what they give them, they never gave us.
Right.
You hear me?
Right.
Everything we get, we
They
got
appreciate
we got
it.
we
Get it from
got
the
to
hood.
grind. We got to grind.
And
You know?
they also taught that we lazy. We don't have no work ethic, and we are bad people. So the things that they they're taught outside of America, they come here and think that's the reality when it's really not. So that's another thing why they come to this
You can't
country.
get historical perspective if you don't have historical perspective.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
that
You
sense.
got to live through it.
You got to live through it.
You gotta live through
It's
it.
kind of like I tell you, I didn't appreciate what I had. Because, if you talk to E, they'll say I've changed a lot. Well, a lot of things I was just different in school, but I didn't appreciate my coaching staff until later on. I'm like, I joined the Army in the 11th grade. So my senior year, I was already in the Army. But I didn't appreciate I had Coach Mack, Hub, Nelson, Al Barnes, Coach Dawson.
And they all black, correct?
And, yeah. I had Nagel, who's my position coach, who's white, but you think about it. You wasn't even thinking about it that way. And I come from Biloxi, Mississippi.
Right.
And, and now, I'm definitely unapologetic.
It was just different because I was telling Michael the other day, at our school back then, when we had our banquets and stuff, you won't believe how we had our banquets. Because we ain't never want for nothing. But you know how many banquets? We all grew up together. We all know each other's families. Guess what? Man, your mama make her best dish. And we used to have just so much food back then. And guess what? It was just like being at the family. When we had our banquets,
And that's,
Family
and
and
that's
listen,
what
I'm talking
that's
like-
what Doss talk about a lot of
Yeah,
times with
yeah.
the school of choice, which
Yeah.
is torn that apart. So you don't have that where the neighborhood is
Come
everybody
together,
going up
everybody go,
together.
they walk there,
Yeah,
whatever.
There's multiple levels of
the camaraderie. The
accountability.
camaraderie at the schools aren't the same. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not, man.
even when they brought back Blake and Middleton, I tell people this all the time. they brought him back to appease a certain group of people, but they brought him back with the institution knowing they was never going to be what they were, because guess what? They immediately made them the School of Performing Arts. Milton was immediately a magnet school.
Yeah, applied
Because
technology.
they was never going to let them have that neighborhood family base again.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you know, when they see that, you know, the one thing, our identity is the number one thing they try to rob us out of. All the time, I read a book one time, and it said one of the biggest crimes in this country was the desegregation of schools.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, because when schools were segregated, this sounds crazy. You hear me? Because I never went to a segregated school.
Crazy.
Because you had educators who looked like you, who went through the things you went through.
No, I keep trying to tell them.
Because you look at what we call our great black leaders, they all went through the segregated school system.
I was telling Heavy, I said, you know, I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Mr. Bernie, I think about Mr. Bernie and Mr. Howard. You know, I don't know if they're still with us, but I'm in Biloxi, so you think I'm here in '75 when I get there. So you know what I'm coming off the end of. Plus, we're in Biloxi.
Right.
Wasn't no casino, so the Biloxi y'all know wasn't that Biloxi. All right? This is after Hurricane Camille had split Ship Island in half. But I said I went to school on the plantation home with Jefferson Davis.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't go to school with white kids until high school.
Well, I did.
You know what I'm saying? But that just, you sit back and think about it now, like going to school day in, day out. We had one white guy in middle school. We had black teachers, black cafeteria, black coaches. Everybody was black.
But see, that's the thing. That's why, you know, being in this barbecue business, man, we did a catering for Middleton and Blake. And, man, you know, I'm a black college grad.
Right.
Dude, it was just like they were black colleges. Those high schools were black
Right,
colleges.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
The
why I
feeder
look-
system for
right.
sure.
And so that's why.
For sure.
And exactly. That's why when those guys from Middleton and Blake, motherfucker, you going to two schools. And they mind. Cooking
Right.
or fam.
Right. And that's how it's funny you say that. When I first moved here in '89,
You got to tell them our favorite Blake High School story. Listen, let's tell that story.
yeah, right.
Which one? Which one?
Dennis, did you?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, this
Oh,
is the
no,
pride.
this crazy.
Listen.
Yo, so Billy Jenkins, you know, Dad's dad brother, Billy played
Yeah.
at Blake. He said, man, I was third team at Blake. I said, shit, I would have started at Blake, Billy. I said, shit. He told me, you could not play no fucking Blake if we going back and forth. I said, all right. So this other dude, what's his name?
Johnny. I don't even know Johnny last name.
Johnny.
Blake alumnus too now.
Yeah,
Okay.
so him and Billy was at the same time, and I'm looking at Johnny's side, so he got to be corner. So I'm like, what the hell you played, Johnny? That motherfucker said, statistician. I said, God damn. I want to go to Blake.
Yeah.
Damn right. He kept
This
the
how much
stats.
pride he had.
And
He kept
Blake,
the stats.
he kept the
He said,
stats.
he
And
said
he
with
said it like he was out there with the
Yeah,
blood,
dude.
sweat,
I
and
said,
tears.
so from that point on, I said, damn it, I want to go to Blake. But then when we got pride in taking the stats, I want to be there.
Man, he called him the manager, right?
Oh, listen, that boy
They call me
statistician.
manager right here.
Statistician.
Right.
And look,
Statistician back in the day, though.
he was flexing.
Yeah.
Statistician.
He was for real with it.
Yeah.
With the chest.
I said, damn. I said, well, damn.
Hey, listen, that's our favorite Blake story. You hear me?
He said, and he went to flex on you too.
Yes.
He let you know, hey, I statistician. That's what I'm doing.
There was so much pride.
Right.
And see, like I tell you know, I'm black college educated, man, and you know, I ain't saying that I wanted my kids. DJ went to Morgan State.
Right.
Mikhail went to FAM, but my younger ones, they D1. You know,
Right.
Mid-major, Mike and Mikhail, Power
Right.
5, and I prepared them differently. You know what I'm saying? I don't think would they go to Power, would they go black college and have a good time? Yeah. But they were prepared different. They were prepared for the
Right.
big time programs.
But even like me and you talk, like you say, you go to University of Georgia game, and it might be 90,000 people. It may be only 1,000 blacks.
Not 100.
That's Ole Miss, ain't it?
No, Georgia, Ole Miss, the same shit. Now I'm gonna tell you, but I didn't tell you this though. But when we went to Southern Cal, oh my God, it was just great.
Diversity everywhere.
It was just man.
But you know, Southern Cal sit right there.
In the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's South Central. You hear me?
But it's still a Power 5. So I'm thinking
Right.
like, we not one time we went to every game in Southern Cal.
Okay.
We flew out there, bro. It was just a great environment. A great environment. You go to fucking Mississippi. You go to Georgia, Florida game. You go to Athens, bro. You can cut the tension with a knife.
Oh, I'm sure. And
Now-
I'm born.
Yeah.
Born in Robinson.
So
It was-
but,
Yeah.
but when I go to Morgan State, go see DJ games. I go to FAM, Cookman. Oh man, it's just great.
It's a party.
Yes.
It's a party.
It's us.
It was
It's a
that
party.
same tension in Indiana.
For real, when you
That
went out there?
same tension in
Oh,
Indiana.
absolutely. I know why people
So-
think Indiana is
so
such
he-
just because
that-
it's in North don't
In,
mean
Indiana
the Klan.
is the home of the
Sorry.
Klan.
Yeah, like the spring game, we went up there. Nobody
I know y'all were deep too, right?
What? It was probably about 10 of us. It was probably
Okay.
about 10 of us.
So they on the
We
real
go
no
there.
mic then, right?
And they kind of like tried us in the parking lot.
Oh, for
Like,
real?
Yeah. Like just some of the
What they looking?
I don't know if they're alums or family or whatever in the parking lot, but you know they ain't look like us. But they kind of tried us in the parking lot, like kind of like what y'all doing here. You know what I'm saying?
Like, who y'all here to see?
But see,
What
I
y'all
can tell you
doing?
though, but at Ole Miss, this is honor God truth. We had the Trigg jerseys on. Oh, we love your fucking son. They came to Atlanta, Georgia Tech. We played. Oh,
Yeah, I saw you with the shirts on up there too.
So you receive warmly, but I'm just saying when you get in that state, the Grove is the best tailgate.
Yeah.
Man, let me just tell you, it's 20,000, and my frat brother and his wife came with Tawans and myself, man, and we counted 20 people, us included, of our color. I said, man, let's get this fucking stadium.
For 20,000 at the tailgate?
Yeah, 20,000 at the Grove.
Yeah, that's
Well,
crazy.
Mississippi hasn't. I don't want to say they're so archaic, but they ain't developed a whole lot.
But you got a majority of black players on the team though.
Let me try this again for those in the third row not listening.
Go ahead.
Some things don't die easy, bro.
Right.
I give you that.
And that's part of our problem. We want to try to
It's
forgive and
crazy.
forget.
I told Lil Mike, listen, our West stuff that say Mississippi,
Not rebel.
I ain't wearing nothing
Finna
to say
rebel
rebel.
at all.
I feel
You heard me?
You say old Miss,
nothing.
rock
Yeah,
Ole
yeah,
Miss.
yeah. I rock
I ain't
Ole
doing
Miss.
rebels.
I ain't
I
wearing
get that.
nothing to say rebel.
I
You
get
hear me?
that. I get that.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. It just hurt to the heart. You hear me? It hurt to the
It's
heart.
supposed to.
Yeah.
It's better what our ancestors endured, and I think that's the biggest thing you see now, like you say, you would think that sports would bring races together, like you spoke
It
about your
does.
experience
It
in
does.
LA.
For 3 hours.
Yeah, for 3
does.
hours. But like you said, but if you go to a University of Georgia game, I know several people graduated from University of Georgia. You talking about 100 people of color in a game with
But-
95.
But it's like Mike
people.
said, when he got out, they had the Trigg jerseys on. We love your son.
Right.
We not gonna do nothing to you. We love your son. We don't want him to leave.
Right, but if you just
What
go
I'm
into the
talking
game and they don't know,
Yeah,
yeah.
If I
what
show
I'm-
up, it's a
when
different
I'm
ball
talking about in Indiana, this was his freshman year at the spring game. He
Okay.
ain't been on the field at
So
all.
they don't know what he's capable of.
Right.
At all. You know what I'm saying? So they tried us like that. Now they see after the season go on and now he's on the field, but
Yeah.
But if you're Cade, what's his name? Our
Weldon.
quarterback. Weldon, they don't say anything to you. You join in, you go about your business.
My partner John just chimed in. He said it's sad, but it represents real world and corporate America. I went to USF. My daughter's on her way to FAMU, and he said he's conflicted about it. He said life at FAM will be great for her, but it's life afterwards that he's thinking of.
Well, that's
life
kinda like-
afterwards is
If she majored in pharmacy, she's straight.
Well, see, I'm glad you bring it up. That's what my daughter is. She's getting her white. She get her white jacket this fall,
Okay.
but she went to Berkeley.
Okay. Well,
And
she's
then-
prepared.
And
So-
Cal, my other son went to Jesuit. Of course, he's angry with me, but I told him you'll understand later on. You know, next to Jefferson, there's nowhere else you could go other than
Okay,
Berkeley
stop that
or-
right
or
there.
Berkeley
Yeah, come on,
or-
man.
So-
No,
so-
no, the man
No,
speaking
no.
facts. Y'all got to
He's
absorb
not-
these
he's
facts.
not-
Listen,
he's not
okay, Mike.
speaking
When I
facts.
He's
came out
speaking
of
facts.
that day,
if
let's take
Jefferson
it
was so awesome, he would have sent his kids there.
No, I'm not crazy.
And for the record, John said engineer.
But
She gonna make the
you know,
engineer.
Jefferson was different
Yeah, that's-
when we
that's
went
what I
there.
was gonna say.
Because I'm gonna just tell you, we had the last remnants too
auto mechanic,
of the
and we
super
still
strong
got
black
welding.
educators.
You tell me
You
why
heard me?
we don't have a better football
The reason,
team. Welding,
you know, the
$90,000
reason the
a year.
football field at Jefferson is named Sam Horton Field, because it's supposed to be.
Yeah, he's a real deal.
Yeah, you hear me?
They
When we
need
talk,
the school building right there on
there's,
40 of
I
Yeah,
guarantee you,
okay.
there's no other black man in this county that's got more stuff named after him than Sam Horton.
Not
Okay.
even Moses
You hear me?
White.
Yeah, no, I don't care who I put him in.
line 'em up.
George Edgecombe, any of them.
Okay.
Sam Horton was the king of black educators in this county.
Absolutely.
Let me piggyback on what he's saying. So, my wife and I taught. My wife still teach, and I taught for 8 years in the district. And Mike started off at Shehigh with us, and then we put him at Trinity, and he had to go to private school. You know what I'm saying? Because
The opportunities.
and not only that, I just wanted him. I know he's a great
Structure.
athlete.
Like you said,
I know he's a great
structure.
athlete. I wanted him
Structure.
to have what they have, our counterparts have academically, and the public schools wasn't going to produce that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the bottom line. You know.
And that comes from the household because me and Greg different. Me and Greg both military brats.
Okay.
You hear me? So our dads went through stuff. There was my parents, neither one of them from Tampa, but they decided to make Tampa home. But they couldn't get military housing on MacDill back then.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
while we was waiting on our house to be built in Carver City, we stayed in West Tampa in the projects. I don't remember it, but I was
Right.
a baby. You hear me?
Right.
But we had, because that's what they wasn't giving black GIs housing back then.
That's
Yeah.
another story that doesn't get told very
Yeah.
often. I was going to talk about black mental health tomorrow on my show, but my dad was part of the first Air Force people who actually got tested, Mike.
Oh, wow.
They wouldn't even let them test. And then when they started studying together and testing, the Air Force passed the rule that you couldn't test together. You couldn't study together.
Wow.
But then he makes E9, he makes chief. So, I got a brother who's a doctor of engineering. But I understand the opportunities, but the thing that was missing is,
Hey, Dawes, what happened to you?
I don't know. I guess
Man,
I'm the
dog,
black
straight.
sheep.
Go ahead.
I'm the black sheep. I'm the rebel. I'm the rebel with a cause. Lowering my level.
Okay.
But, what I was saying about the University of Tampa Jefferson High School that bothers me is we have welding. Still 90,000. I don't care if you are a doctor, a lawyer, engineer, pharmacist. My baby's going to be a doctor of pharmacy. Now the thing about Berkeley is what? You go to FAM. They didn't want it to. You go to FAM. When you leave, that's the difference between 120 and 185, because that Berkeley sheepskin now pairs with a great institution for.
Oh, my God.
And I told her, I said,
Yeah.
I'm
when she told
Berkeley
me she
class
wanted
or
to go,
whatever. Yeah.
Right.
And I went to FAM
And I'm
pharmacy.
going to tell you that Berkeley and Jesuit, those high schools are the most well-connected high schools in Tampa.
And then, like you said, and it's funny, like,
You need to talk to Jay.
and it's funny you say that because you can take that with you.
right.
So when you come back, you graduate, you come back looking for a job.
Yeah.
It matters.
Where'd you go to school? Oh, you went to Jesuit? Okay.
When I went to Berkeley, I was amazed.
At the BU,
Amazed.
the university.
Hey,
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Berkeley didn't evolve because in the 80s when we was in high school,
It wasn't there.
yeah, hey, listen,
We got a cafe for the
I
cafeteria.
used to take my little girlfriend's made
Yeah.
that a kiss.
Yeah.
At
You heard me?
Berkeley?
At
Yeah.
Berkeley, because it was in the cut. You could walk right in the football field because they had no gate.
They had
you hear
no-
me?
yeah.
The football field had some wood stands. They
Yeah.
wasn't winning nothing. You hear me? But the evolution of guess what?
They got it
Privilege.
going, man.
And they got both take. And then, like, it's funny you said, I'm going to tell my little Berkeley story before we get out of here. 2012, my nephew was playing at Berkeley, and they had a game. So it was we go Friday night, we go to the game. So if you recall, you go in the high school games, you got the home side, you pay, you go on the visit side, you got to walk over here. So, like, who are you coming to see? So we come to see Berkeley. Oh, you guys are free.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, huh? They said, yeah, you free. So, I mean, I got like 9, 10 people with me. So I'm kind of like damn, there's $60 to get in here. So they like, oh, no, you guys are free. But you know what's funny? That the game, the parents are just like texting, talking amongst themselves. You really don't see that energy. They just out there. So it's not like, say, if we go to and I don't want to, make nobody mad, we go to a Ted Hillsburg, got to worry about running, somebody get to fight or something. But they just out there, they enjoy the game, and that's
The
it.
reason that is because it's just like, I'm gonna take it, and I'm not gonna use that analogy, but football is not gonna make or break them. They're there for education,
Right.
they get support.
Right.
It's extracurricular activity.
And networking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Right.
And networking.
Yeah. So they know everybody at Carrollwood Day, Berkeley Prep, Jesuit, they 100% acceptance in schools.
Right.
Everybody going to school when they leave there.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
When she graduated, they hadn't even got to 5,000 graduates. They brought, because she was there for the I think it was a 50-year anniversary or some anniversary class, and they hadn't gotten to 5,000.
They were getting 5,000 kids from Berkeley?
It was some number like that. I'm like, wow, that's not a whole lot. But the senior classes are small.
Yeah.
She only had, 13, 14 people in the classroom. And I appreciate the opportunity.
And it's way bigger school now. than
Oh,
it
yeah,
used to be,
definitely.
you hear me?
It's popped off now. They got my nephew got hurt one game and said he got it in the hydro. I'm like, the hydro, what? They got like
no,
getting the look.
it's state of art. Mike was playing a game over there, AAU game, but all the Berkeley parents are doctors. 3 doctors came on the court right then. We knew them because on the AAU team, their kids went to Berkeley.
But see, there we go again.
what I'm saying?
Connections and just and I think for us is you want to give your child the best opportunity, and if they got a chance to go Berkeley, Jesuit, Carrollwood, Dade, take advantage.
And I know there's a lot of people that don't. I appreciate Jefferson University, of course, but that because of we had
Man, I can't take too much more.
But we had black
Every week, Mike.
we had black teachers at Jefferson. I was there, not administrators, but
Yeah, we did. We had black women because you had Miss Paget.
Oh, I forgot about Miss Paget. Yeah.
Hey, guess what? Yeah. Hey, guess what? I'm just gonna tell you. Like I told
But
you,
it
we was
makes
the
a
last.
difference.
We was the last stronghold of the black educators that came from the segregated schools.
Okay.
When we was in high school, you remember? And it was great. You hear me?
So at Gates,
It makes a difference.
so I went to predominantly white school. We had
Yeah.
Y'all were new.
Couple
Yeah,
years ago, they had 81. 81 black students in the whole high
Okay,
school.
well,
Where?
At Gaither.
So we had
couple years
2,600 students when I was there. 400 was black, but we had all black guidance counselors, and Coleman Bell was my AD.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Modro was the only black male instructor we had on
Coach
campus.
Modro was there?
That was my guy. You know what I'm saying? So
Great guy.
If Coleman Bell and Modro would have been lawyers, I would have been a lawyer, because I got a job, my first degree in physical education, and I got my master's in athletic administration to be an AD like Coleman Bell. That's how much of an influence they had on me.
Okay.
And then Miss Northern, Miss Booth, and Miss Smith. Miss Northern, they own Ray Williams right now. She passed, Miss Smith passed, Miss Booth at Middleton right now. There was 3 guidance counselors that went to South Carolina State and the University of South Carolina. They were trying to get me to go to South Carolina. I wasn't going nowhere near South Carolina or Mississippi.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But, so they did grab, they tried to grab all of us from Ponce de Leon, because I moved on the east side of town.
Okay.
And so Ponce de Leon was bust out there.
Yeah, I remember
so
that.
So they was trying to grab them.
Yeah.
Whoa,
You know what I'm
wait a
saying?
minute, Mike.
Yeah.
That's how they started.
That's
That's how they
how
started.
Gate thought it, and they went to Buchanan. No, they went to Ben Hill. They went to Ben Hill.
Yeah, probably like 6:30.
Yeah, they went to Ben Hill. Then with the Gate. Yeah, Gate they had that whole little area.
But we had people in place. We had those. I mean, like she was Miss Northern and Miss.
Even at Earl Lane. All of them was out there. Earl Lane. Yeah.
Miss Reddick. All of them. So they was trying. Even with those different numbers, that percentage, they were trying to grab us. And at that time, Ponce de Leon was like, I ain't for you let these white people use me. I said, shit, they ain't using me. I'm playing this game. I'm going to college.
But they're gonna parlay you to get a chance to go to school, and when your parents got to pay for that, you go free.
And they took care of me, man. I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
And that's what it be about.
They pay for them camps and everything.
Okay, we finna get into this first break. Every show we do, we dedicate to our man Will D, no longer with us, man. So he got some great apparel for you online. Check him out, www.cigarlyfe.com. And then we'll let Ruff let you know what he do. Please don't plug Jefferson. He done did like 2-3 times already.
But the hate don't look good on you.
We got 40 coming up.
Hey,
We got our 40 coming up
That's
soon.
right. I don't know what's wrong with you. Everybody ain't able. Anyway, I'm Greg Dawson, G9 Attorney Pro Se Consultants, and what we do is help people navigate through the sometimes arduous journey of self-representation. We show receipts, and I tell everybody out there that it's not that easy, but if you need help, go to gregdoss.com. You can always follow me on TikTok and YouTube at Greg Doss, GDNAPSC, and on Instagram and Twitter at GDNAPSC. And I'm almost finished with my...
Now tell them about the show that you do. Tell them about the Greg Doss show. Yeah,
the Greg Doss show.
And you got receipts.
Make sure you press 1.
Every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 Pacific Time. If you call the show, was it 319-527-6090? Press the number 1, otherwise you'll be sitting in the waiting room.
He ain't gonna let me in and talk. I'm trying to talk. He won't let me talk.
And it is a show now, so it ain't a conference call. You can call the show.
Hey, Doss, what you doing?
And you can also hit the Zoom link if you want to see any of the documentation, what have you. But I'm almost finished with I finished my request for interrogatories. I'm on my request for admissions, and we've done our request for production for case 22CV129, which is those who watch me on the at my frequent appearances in front of the Tampa City Council that I bring up to date.
Okay.
Check us out, gregdoss.com.
Perfect. So we're not on the right to this music. We're going to take like a quick 2-minute break. I'm going to jump on some of this candy when we come back. We're going to talk about Golden State as a dynasty dead.
We ain't never talk about Monty Williams. We got to come back to Monty Williams.
Yeah, we're going to come back to Monty. Yeah. Go ahead.
That's wrong.
Go ahead, Tori.
Don't try.
Hey, you went to school with Channing Tatum, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Magic Mike, we finna get back to the
All
second phase of
Hey, look, hey, ain't my fault.
So this yours truly EZDZ. I got my bad
said
Dade
he went to
sitting
school
to the
with
right,
Channing
Paul Della. Ruff in here showing out with his classical love that I
They
got.
claim the fame.
And they Trigg here cut up and they tried my homeboy Mike. So we gonna stop this, bro.
We gave him. He got Channing Tatum and Kevin Cash. That's Gaither. That's Gaither.
Hey, don't bring up Kevin Cash.
He the man of the Ray. Ray got a better in baseball right now. Let's get back. We slept on. We'll do that. We slept on Monty Williams, so I want to get back to that because we didn't clarify. So I'm asking you first. Should Monty Williams got fired?
No. He don't play.
He don't play. So you gonna get rid of the players?
It went across my mind, but then you can't.
It's a players' league. It's a players' league.
Yeah, help yourself, man.
Yeah, but sometimes the players have to play for something other than themselves, and they can't separate it, and that's a different quality of
It's a
player.
players'
No,
league.
that's
These two over here.
Keep it punching.
Okay.
Okay, Trigg, what you
can't just
think?
keep
I mean, Walter, what you think? Monty Williams get fired? You fired?
He said last week you'd have fired him, so don't change. Keep
I
it.
think should have got fired. Yeah, I think you get fired.
Like I said it, but they should have. They were expected to be
No, they
Right
were.
there. Yes, they were.
not expect. This organization expected to win a championship.
And
Bring it in.
NBA pundits thought that too.
Because when you make a move like that, you got to give results.
Right.
You got to
You
give
was in the
results.
finals 2 years ago.
Just make it to the finals.
You was in
don't
the
gotta
finals
win.
2 years ago. You pick up KD. Come on, man, stop that.
Yeah,
But you got to the
the
finals.
cost they paid for him.
I understand what
we
you're
know
saying.
that.
We know that.
It killed
But
their
the
roster.
move went through.
No,
Yeah.
everybody know it. Everybody know basketball just like we know it. If you got people that know basketball, it wasn't gonna be enough. They had
At
no
all.
bench.
At all.
They didn't.
So my thing is right here. See, they got
And he
fired.
can't. And once you say this, Mike, he can't carry a team.
No.
He cannot carry a team.
So,
Okay.
so my thing is right here.
Great player though. He
If-
can't carry a team.
The owners, money got to go to the owners, man, and say, listen, yes, I want KD, but what we giving up, we ain't gonna do it. It's just not gonna work.
They probably
Now,
didn't let
that's
him
an
in the
interesting
room.
conversation.
So just- so
That's
just-
been an interesting conversation
so
to be
just
part
not-
of. What did he say to them? when
He
they-
probably not even
He
in the
probably
room.
he wasn't even privy to that information. It was after the fact.
He
He
don't
probably saw
get
it.
in that room.
He probably saw it on sports
that
shows.
room,
But
that
a
room for
coach
coaches
should
like
be in that room.
Right, exactly.
What Parcells says, let me pick some of the groceries.
Why is
Spo.
I guess they ain't learned nothing from Steve Nash. What JJ Redick doing getting interviews?
Yeah, that's
He
all
learned
right.
that. You hear me? He interviewed for the Toronto job. You hear me?
He could be a good
Yes.
coach.
He was the first interview for the Toronto job.
Yeah.
A podcast.
Yeah.
He could be. He's a professional basketball. He's a former
played-
Okay.
Doesn't mean-
Hey,
doesn't mean you
Hey,
can-
so was Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Steve Nash got MVP.
But Steve Nash was.
See, they got those.
He was.
I give you that.
He was actually working with teams though. He was
He got
actually on coaching staff
MVP.
as assistant. He was doing like shooting coaching. Like he was still active as a coach.
He was
JJ,
active. I mean, I give you that. So, Trigg, what you think? Mighty Week, they would just.
I'm just a firm believer. Anytime you get a new administration, it's gonna be changes.
It's gonna be changes.
It's gonna be changes because everybody wants. They do.
You're right. Okay.
So I'm looking for him. Guess what? Don't be surprised you don't get somebody with Michigan State ties. You know, because that's where the owner came from. You know.
Okay.
You know, with his company, I seen they got a great documentary about him. This Matt Ishba dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he ain't messing off. Mateen Cleaves, them was his teammates in college.
that's his homeboy. Yeah.
Yeah, all these dudes
he-
work.
That may be kind of interesting.
All these dudes work in some capacity in his mortgage firm for him. You heard me? So his thing is, guess what? He got his own form of nepotism going on. You heard me? But he
Who don't?
Yeah, and he keeping it real
But us.
with the dudes that was around him. He
Yeah,
said
we do it, it ain't
he said
right.
We don't
I was the
understand
15th man on the
No, it
roster,
ain't right when we do it.
and these
Right.
dudes treated me like I was still their brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he said we went through the same thing. We had the same bowl, same play, everything. And he said, I literally would never let nobody who was my brother struggle. And I respect him for that. So if he comes in, he want to make changes. So with him, I think the KD move, because that was right after he bought the team.
Right.
You know, everybody want to make a splash play.
Yeah,
Okay,
when they first
get
get
the
in.
city excited. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. You hear me?
I get you.
So,
Niggas
so you
said,
know, because I guess what? Once they re-signed Dade, they didn't have no chance when they NBA title anyway.
He
That
was
was terrible. They should have never matched that deal. Indiana gave them their buy.
Right.
They should have go to Indiana. You heard me?
And he
yeah,
was
yeah.
in
They
Miami
can spend
with
that.
dog
They
house
can
situation.
spend that money somewhere else. You heard me?
Right.
And you know, so with him, I think that was really same thing with Mark Cuban and Kyrie Irving. You know,
Yeah, that's a bad
guess what?
move.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna try it, and we know Kyrie is a killer, but he's
A
also a
locker room killer.
locker room killer too.
Right.
You know, and guess
He
what?
gonna kill
but
something.
the things beyond that, those guess what? Now, let's see how much money these two franchises have in the offseason to spend now. Because,
Well, Kyrie is. I don't think Kyrie. I think,
No, Dallas ain't gonna resign Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie
because,
was rented. He
because
was rented.
now they in the market for they can get two real good players.
But they gotta keep Luka happy because he's gonna be free agent next year.
Yeah, and guess what? But
Yeah,
Luka
keep him
going nowhere.
But the thing is with him, guess what? Luka gonna be their new Dirk. And the one thing he learned from Dirk was loyal to Mark Cuban. And guess what? Mark Cuban rewarded him the whole time. And he got and guess what? And he got him a title. You hear me?
Yeah, he did.
And he got him a title. And it's not a lot of loyalty in sports right now. You hear me? It's not a lot. So
Really
It shouldn't be.
change ain't always
loyalty to the players either.
Change ain't always good. So a lot of people look at that guaranteed money. But a lot of dudes who's in them trades, they evolved into such better players. Look, Spencer Dinwiddie, once he got traded in the deal with Kyrie, and for the rest of the season, he led the league in assists. And when we look at Spencer Dinwiddie, we don't think about assists because that boy instant offense. Mikael Bridges ended up being for the second half season. I think he was like the number 2 scorer in the NBA. Average per game. You
He's solid. He's solid.
Listen, it killed me because guess what? I drafted him. My team drafted him. Y'all, I'm in the
There was a draft day trade too, right?
Yes, and guess what?
And he went to Villanova, right?
Yeah, and his mama worked for the Sixers.
Oh wow.
His mama at that time was working for the Sixers when we drafted him.
And it's funny you gave that. This is a good segue.
Yeah,
this is a good segue.
Because I've been in morning all day. You hear me?
Should have been,
I ain't won one since '83.
Okay, hey, and the reason our good partner Eric Triggs is more than Sixers last night laid an egg in the third quarter of Game 7. So now we got to ask Doc Rivers. Does Doc Rivers keep his job? Now, I'm going to
give me Monty Williams. Bye.
Does Doc Rivers keep his job?
I think he should, but
Okay.
I think he should.
Trigg, does he keep his job?
Based on James Harden interview, no.
I don't think so either.
The reason why I say that because he don't have control of the locker room as a coach. Anytime I've coached and I taught kids and they run through a wall for me.
Right.
If your players don't do that and stand up for you, then you gotta go.
Yeah,
it's over.
Because Harden was he real casual, I don't know.
Yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Real casual, real nice, I don't know.
Well, the way he played in the third, actually the way he played so sporadically.
Dominant big man in the
league. And
we pick and roll in at the 3-point line.
And you take the game. You take the ball out of his hands in the fourth quarter of game 6. He don't touch the ball the last 4 minutes of the other game.
It's crazy.
And you win the game. It's back and forth. It's a 1-possession game. And then Tatum heated up, and then that was it.
But didn't he shoot 4 of 18 yesterday though?
5 of 18.
5 of 18.
Yeah,
okay.
5 of 18. What you think?
Rebounds.
Do you keep Doc Rivers?
So I'm kind of torn as far as this situation.
Said torn. I like that.
I think he hasn't done anything that really everybody he should be fired. But if you look at his history, it's just gonna keep repeating itself. He's not gonna get the job done. So it's at a point where should we go?
You mean he didn't get? I know, Daryl, you brought this up. You say he got one. He snuck in one in.
He won in 08 with KG
and them.
Ray Allen, Paul Pierce at the peak of their careers.
No, they were on
the down, but they were low.
It helped that we weren't ready.
They were at the top. They took their first step over the hill.
Philly beat us in because we came back and beat them.
Right, but I'm saying, but with that being said, that's his lone championship. So he went to Houston. I mean, not Houston. He went to
the
Clippers. Had a 3-1 lead a couple of years in Oklahoma City and didn't finish.
Right.
Okay. Then he's also
repeat itself.
In Orlando.
He dropped the ball in Orlando.
Like I said, but he's been around. And see, my thing is that you have to win championships in order to remain in the NBA.
That's not true.
I was gonna say you don't have to win championships.
Well, let me say this: Pop has been in the league for.
We ain't talking about
25 years. Okay, Spoelstra been in the league, but what coach outside of Pop and Spoelstra?
But they got titles. So,
that's what I'm saying. So what coach without a title?
I'm gonna tell you, he no longer there, but dudes like Rick Adams stayed around a long time in Portland.
He did.
You hear me?
And then went to Houston.
Small market, but also Portland also won the 2
titles. You saw, and guess what? It's just tradition. I remember when I was a kid, Larry Brown could never win.
Right.
You hear me? Kevin Job, Gene Shue, Kevin Job.
It was a different time frame though. As far as if you look at the free agency back then, it was different.
Is Larry Brown's only title the one he won with Detroit?
That's it. That's the only one he got.
That's it.
04.
That's it.
That's the only one he got. And one in Kansas, 88.
Danny Manning.
Miracles. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Danny
That's the only one. So you agree. So
But
you kind of
he coached every team in the NBA.
I'm
Yeah,
kind
see,
of.
yeah.
I don't think the performance this year deserves for him to be fired, but it's at a point to where it's just like you keep
lost
doing
to,
this.
he did lose
So
to
let
a
me ask you a
poorly
question
coached
then.
Boston team.
So if you say that, well, if you feel that way about Doc,
I like Buddy though.
how you feel that way? How you
I
feel
like
the way you feel about money?
I like Mizzou.
But money, they were expected to win.
But would you say the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Because we were expecting Doc to win.
Yeah, and especially once James Harden took that pay cut to give us money to bring in a bench.
I never
Because
expected
you know,
them to
I'm
win.
gonna tell you, we got nice pieces. But guess what? It's not cohesive. It's not cohesive because
Anytime you got your big man taking 35 threes in the series,
listen, pick and roll at 3-point line. Period.
it's not
Period.
cool.
What you out here for? You hear me? Pick and roll at 3-point, not the free throw line extended. We talking about the top of the 3-point line. You hear me?
Right.
Yeah. It's tough. But Doc, sometimes basketball evolve past you too. You know, because Doc.
Nah,
The
I
game,
agree with that.
the game might have evolved past him because you got to be able to change. You hear me? And you got to be able to change with the punches. And a lot of
And
stuff.
I think that's what's hurting him. I think he's trying to adapt too much. That's why y'all pick and rolling with your big man at the 3-point line because the game has evolved into a.
Hey, but you know what Doc? You know what system Doc
But
come
that's
from as
not
a player?
your that's not your strength.
I'm gonna
though.
tell you something.
It's not their
The
strength.
New York Knicks never won the title because Patrick Ewing found how to shoot a jump shot.
right, faced up.
Yeah,
Doc was on them teams.
You want the,
You hear me?
the finger, you want the
Hey,
finger
guess what?
roll, the finger roll at the bucket.
If guess what? Them Knicks teams had so much help. But Patrick Ewing developed a jump shot. Pat, what happened to the low post game? We talking about Patrick Ewing.
Yeah,
You hear
on
me?
the block.
remember
Yeah, listen, you hear me?
he finger rolled.
He stopped working. You know, Patrick Ewing used to come to the game. He was close to staying the most alone because he sweat.
Yeah,
right now.
He finna work.
He finna work.
He finna
And once he
work.
developed that jump shot, guess what? You ain't never have to worry about the Knicks winning no NBA title. That was it.
Okay,
That was it,
I
yeah.
think we all outside of Dade City, dogs kind of on the fence about Doc Rivers. Friday night,
Players League.
I want money.
Friday night, the Golden State Warriors
happened?
were eliminated
Oh,
by Los Angeles Lakers 4-2. So now we ask ourselves, is the Warrior dynasty dead? And I'm gonna go to you first. What do you think?
no, it's not dead. They still got good basketball in them. Listen, we talking about bad shooting. You know, Clay went what 9 or 45.
The question came from him, you know, so you had to
Hey.
pick me. But
Hey, I'm not surprised. You know, he played against the Lakers, but you 9 or 45.
He's dead.
That's just off.
He's
Okay.
dead.
What you
They,
think?
they was dead
It's
in
over
the
with?
preseason once Draymond Green hit that boy in the mouth.
Hold on.
I don't think that was the problem though.
Let me see what Trigg for to say.
So when they played the Lakers, when they won 2 titles without Durant.
Right,
When they seen LeBron with Durant, that's what they needed.
right.
If they didn't have him, LeBron would have won those 2.
Okay,
But Durant was the difference.
Right.
He's not there.
right.
That shit is over, bruh.
It's over with?
It's over.
Okay.
It's over.
What's your take on it, E?
You wait, roll it back. So you
It's gonna
think
be-
that you
it's
think
gonna be
Cleveland
different.
beats them without KD?
It's gonna be some massive.
Say what now?
You think Cleveland beats them without KD?
Yes.
Cleveland almost didn't beat them. If Draymond Green gonna get suspended for the game, that's over. Because Cleveland had their tongues hanging out their mouth. They was dead.
That gave a little bit of life,
Um,
and they went from there.
I don't think it's dead, but guess what? They got nice young pieces, but they ain't like the boy Kuminga. Why
Didn't
you not
even play.
incorporate? Why you
Didn't
ain't
even
really
play.
incorporate the game? The boy Moody. You know, you held on to
Played a
dudes
little
like
bit.
equal $1 too long. That money could have been spent somewhere else.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Loyalty, though.
Yeah,
But you
loyalty.
you
But guess
gotta-
what?
You gotta give your players some players that won you some
They ain't
rings.
too loyal
You
because
got-
they traded his ass.
but it was out. He was
Remember,
already
he just
too
refused
old.
to play for for Memphis.
yeah,
You hear me?
yeah,
So
right, right.
he
Oh, yeah.
he came back. So I'm gonna say that he ain't too
okay.
loyal. You hear me?
Yeah.
So listen,
But I
he
think-
was out of there. You hear me?
I do believe, like Trigg was saying, you don't know what they're gonna do with Draymond this offseason.
But see, the thing about that,
Dre will be back.
He ain't the same person.
He's not.
But he had a great
He's
career
declined- he's
in Golden
declined
State.
every year.
But
Right.
he's nowhere near.
What he used to be.
Yes, because he gonna get you then the triple-double early every game.
Right.
Back in those days. So he's not the same. So now he's doing all kind of tactics to fuck people up. You know what
But I
I'm saying?
think
But that's why you got to
something
incorporate the boy
too.
Kuminga because now I'm gonna put a dude who got a high skill level out here. You hear me?
Right.
But let Kuminga
He not
play
gonna
like
miss
that.
them. Draymond missed a lot of.
You did
layups.
Jordan Poole out there playing crazy, and they
gotta
lost
go.
game. They lost
He gotta
game.
go.
Game 4, he got his back turned when they doing the media post game.
Yeah, he got to go.
That's what I'm saying. You got too much money involved in the guys. You know that.
But you said the dynasty gone, so you still have your core players.
But okay. So the core players that you got,
And
It's
Wiggins.
Steph and Clay.
okay,
And Wiggins.
okay, and Wiggins,
Wiggins a dog.
Yeah, okay. So
Okay.
what the thing about it
His
is-
game didn't evolve and go to State.
Yeah,
yeah.
So you got so many
Right.
shooters.
Yeah,
around to
so
spread
you
that
got
floor.
the
So
core.
they can't really, you know what I'm saying, stack the paint if they want
But
to
it's the
stop
thing
him.
that he just said. The disrespect. The young guys that I hate watching really the NBA today. I'm an 80s guy. You know what I'm saying? They played. I watched Jason Tatum hit 50-plus points the other night, and half of them was uncontested layups.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
that
like,
either.
But see, the game will change, like you say. You don't set the
But
tone.
if you foul
I'm
too
gonna put
hard
up-
today, it's a flagrant.
But I'm just saying, they not even, dog, when LeBron
You can still play
when
defense.
LeBron and Durant play head to head, dog, they'll have 40 and one have 39. That's no defense. When
Right.
Mike played your ass, Mike gonna have 37. You might have 11 or 13 at the most. That's what it is.
I mean, people don't lit Mike up, but at that time, but so the difference in the game though, what I think is Mike will have 30, but the rest of the team only got 40, 45. So he's scoring 30 out of 80 points. You know what I'm saying? So the game is a lot slower, and they working a lot harder for their buckets. And now
I'm talking about the matchups with the main two players on the court. I'm talking about
Your dog and your dog.
Okay,
my
so what I'm
dog,
saying,
yes.
so you telling me Mike playing against Clyde Drexler and Mike got 41 and Clyde got 39?
No, they
no,
gonna never happen.
it
never
didn't
happened.
They gonna never happen.
Never happened.
They gonna never happen.
He took too much pride in it. Kobe took pride in that shit, and they don't take pride in it today. You saying the dude had his back to it, and then a 22nd time he hit his back. Come on, man.
Because I think some
Be a
of us
part
too
of
does
it.
that. But that's part of the
Right.
But he got
where the league has changed. But like you said, the league has changed where there's
Money has made a difference.
money's made a difference. But like you say,
But it's
just
free
the
money.
competition.
Yeah.
because they not
They just
earning
don't.
that.
They just don't compete. Now I can say like, and I'm gonna throw this out. I'm not a Heat fan by no means, but I love watching them play because they play hard.
They play
too.
80s style
They
They play
basketball.
80 style.
I
They
love
don't
watching
do
80 style
nothing
basketball.
pretty. They don't do nothing pretty.
And you know what you can say
I
right
love
now?
watching them play too, dude.
ES is a better
it makes-
coach than we thought he was.
Yeah,
Oh,
that.
well, guess
He's a
what?
much better.
Guess what?
Tell your cat to your immediate
Hey,
right.
guess what? No, but guess
Eric
what?
Spoelstra.
Air exposure. He's a Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, he
coach.
definitely is.
He
got
really
my
showed
vote.
that he was a student of the game. They said Buddy worked his way from the film room.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Jeremy, yeah.
He did.
Front of that
But I mean, even like with the Knicks,
Yeah,
you see them like loose balls. They got guys that get on the ground, and then you sit back and think they minus Hero and Oladipo.
Because if you look at the team, there's no superstars on the team.
What do you call Jimmy Butler?
He's a
He's
star.
not a
He's a
superstar.
superstar. He's a star.
You know Charles Barkley and
not-
Shaq, they
he's-
told you about that now. Greg, you ain't never heard them tell? They told Kenny.
What?
See, Kenny. Let's not get into it. Kenny, you was a star. We was superstars.
Here's a difference.
You heard me? It's a difference. You heard me? Yeah. So Kenny,
Right, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. If you, let's say, the Heat come on Wednesday night, they play Wednesday first game 8:30. You're not really pressed to go watch Jimmy Butler. He's a hell of a ball player, but LeBron to play Tuesday. Ain't nobody moving tomorrow night. Come 8 o'clock when they do the draft, the lottery, you locked in because you don't want. Same thing when Jordan played in the league. I remember block parties at Copeland Park. You know what I'm saying? The 75-30 game around 5 o'clock. Hey, I'm finna holler. I catch you at Club Loud later. I'm finna go watch the Bulls.
Yes, sir.
That's what he did. He generated that. Butler's a great ball player, but when you say superstar, nah, he's a star.
He don't have that star power.
He don't have that star power. You don't
just
have
got
fans
that
in
dog
visiting
in him.
He
cities.
got that blue collar mindset.
Right,
He got
but
that
he's a
dog
hell of a
work.
ball player.
Yeah,
Like I said, he's an 80. He's a throwback.
But their whole team, even bam, they get that blue collar mindset.
Right, and they got
You know what I'm
underdogs,
saying?
guys
Yeah, yeah.
undrafted. They got something to
Guys
prove. I mean,
that-
they play hard.
got
That-
UD on the bench, UD 60.
Yeah.
You heard me? He ain't never left the state of Florida for nothing.
Yeah.
Other than the NBA road trip. You heard me?
Exactly.
College
What I'm
road
saying.
trip.
So with that being said, we're gonna take our last break, and then we get back. We're gonna break down these conference finals. Each one. Which one y'all want to do first, East or West?
Go
It
West.
don't matter,
Go
man.
West.
We
Well, we're gonna do East. I know you really ready to
It
get
don't
on
matter. We
the
gonna
Heat.
be there.
You want to close out with your best performer, so yeah. He's gonna close.
So they're gonna be the opening act.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Hey, so this Keith Sweat, y'all do addition.
Absolutely.
Okay, Keith. So we will take our second break. This is brought to you by, man.
And that's
Carlos Martin. That's Bobby Brown. Definitely Bobby Brown. Mr. Telephone man, Bobby. That's him right there.
I can still sing and dance. I mean,
No
dance.
doubt. So we're going to crank up. This next break brought to you by Carlos Martin, Auto Repair Center. Lowe say he liked the Lakers and the Heat. That's what he riding with.
Man,
He just said it.
I wish he would have said he liked Boston. Everybody he like lose.
You know what? You know what? I stand to be correct. He did say Celtics. I'm sorry. He said Celtics, Lakers.
Okay.
That's what he said.
That's
I stand to be
good.
correct. My man, Low. 813-443-4730. 7101 North 40th Street down there in Tampa. You see what we rocking tonight. Chop Shop Apparel. We got WEDZ. Check us out. Elevate Designs. 813-400-7015. We do not own the right to this music. Torres, give us something while I get back on this candy. Thank you.
Bruh.
We about to get into our last segment of Chop Shop. Yours truly, EZDZ. I got my man right here, Dade City.
We still
We in the building.
Doing a little security part time.
The Candy Man.
You put it on there, EZDZ Candy Man. Then we got Ruff in here vibing with us. And we got, like I said, Air Trigg Bikes. We're going to get to this NBA
They got a
conference
little,
final.
hey, yeah, you sleeping? They got a little pile of rappers over there too now.
Yeah, we vibing. Shout out to Torres lady when it come through with the candy. I'm gonna tell the difference. Don't worry about it. We got
Shout out to the candy lady.
Look at the candy stack.
Look at the candy. Walls are the worst. Okay. Here we go. Eastern Conference Final. They kick off Wednesday night. Miami at Boston. Repeat of last. Actually, this is the bubble revisited.
Yeah, this is the get back. This is our get back game.
So get back for y'all. Get back for
back
y'all.
game.
Boston, I thought they beat Boston.
Yeah, they beat Boston.
Bam don't get hurt. We champions.
Yeah, Lakers beat Denver.
Okay.
Remember that was Jamal.
Whoa, don't do that.
That was Jamal
Yes,
Murray. That was Jamal Murray coming out party.
Yeah, Murray was a fool.
Jamal Murray went berserk.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So we're gonna do predictions. I go to you first. Who wins? How many games?
Oh, from the Eastern Conference,
Yes, sir.
we're winning 6.
What's your take? What you got?
Boston in 6.
Trigg.
Boston in 6.
Philly 1983.
He doing the NFL on Sunday night game.
hurt,
When they announced the school.
Yeah.
Feeling like T-Day.
That boy hard hurt. Shout out to JD on the
Everybody
line.
because he actually went to such and such.
Shout out.
I'm gonna say, woo. Boston in 7.
Wow.
If it goes 7, it will not be Boston.
Well, let me say
Right
this.
there.
Let me say
If it
this.
goes 7, it will not be Boston.
They got to maximize, and then, I be on a conspiracy theory. I be on that heavy.
They get them same referees they had in Game 6 against us. It'll be Boston in 7.
I'm telling you.
Nah,
I
we
mean,
attack the
you got to maximize these
We
games,
attack
stretch
the
these
basket.
out.
Stop playing.
Yeah, you gonna get more what's name
Yeah,
this
we
series than
attack
Robert
the
Williams.
basket,
You gonna get more Robert Williams this series just to be the rim protector. You hear me?
Yeah.
You get more of him this series than you.
But see, to me, I think Boston
Bam a little too athletic.
matches up better. Yeah, Bam is better, but you got Tatum and Brown, and when you start talking about putting Struz, Vincent out there on the floor, they too light.
Robinson,
they too light.
They shooting though.
For what?
They can shoot up. They shoot up.
They too light for what?
Let me say
All
this.
of them play defense, D.
But that's okay. But
We
you
play
got,
team defense. We
Okay.
don't get nobody that just gonna go lock you down.
okay. So let me ask you this. Let me throw this out. In a 7-game series, how many games you think Jason Tatum will score over 30?
7.
He's scoring 30 every game.
7.
You have to.
Okay.
For them to
For
chance
them,
to win.
for them to win.
Okay.
Seven.
So
He gonna score 30 every game.
Okay.
We not stopping Jason Tatum. We getting stops in
you
spurts.
just want to outscore. You just want to outscore. Boston.
No, we want to get key stops at key moments of the
Most of
game.
the game. Okay.
Well,
And Eric Spoelstra
and they're-
will
they're
switch
built-
defense
now,
at
Miami's
this
better built
time
for
to
that.
get a stop.
But see, I think Boston gonna open up their bench a little more this go around. I think they'll see a
better.
little more Grant Williams.
They better.
May see a little more Peyton Pritchard. He may play a little bit more as far as say guard play.
it's hard for him to get on the court though with Brogdon and what's name though. You
You
hear
know
me?
what I'm saying? Yeah, but I mean,
because he
certain
really is a
moments-
point guard. You hear me?
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, he may bring Pritchard a minute and a half left in the first
You
quarter.
might see Hauser more.
Yeah,
You
that's
might
why.
see-
Yeah,
you might
that's
see
a
Hauser
little
more.
bit- He's a body.
Yeah, you might see Hauser more.
But I just think, but for me, I can't throw this in the pot. This is just what I'm saying.
I don't want to hear what you're saying.
If
half the time.
Miami does win one of the first two, it's gonna be hard for Boston to win.
we finna win game 1.
Okay, well, like I say, we'll see. Just like the
What's
late
the-
great,
what's
the
the-
late great
what's the-
Coup de Pied out
what-
Evo City said you can't call in sick.
Can't call in sick. Well,
Can't call in sick.
what's,
They gotta be
what's, the,
playing.
what's the number for tomorrow night?
4,
4 or 4.5?
4.5, 4.
No, that's a big.
It may move. Like I said, it may move.
Okay, didn't.
Like I say, with the late great Coup de Pied, I always say, hey, you
Kubrick
can't
said,
call
watch
in
for the
sick.
hook. I didn't see the
You
number.
can't call in sick. Game got to be played.
It's 3 just because they're in Boston. And the rest,
Yeah,
the
that's
rest
on
all that
GP.
matter. Yeah, because you get 3. The
If
whole
it-
team
if
get
it-
3
if
anyway.
if it's a solid 3, then it's gonna be Miami.
Okay. Now let's move.
I already told you it's gonna be Miami. You ain't got to
They'll
listen to
cover.
that
They'll
line
cover.
shit,
They'll
none of
cover.
that.
Okay,
They'll cover.
so let's move to the West and
I don't even know what you're
got
gonna
them
do.
Lakers traveling to Denver. So this is gonna be interesting. I'm waiting
Why?
on you. I'm waiting on you. Go ahead.
Why is it gonna be interesting?
This is gonna be a
I
good
said-
matchup.
I think I said, do we have the clip that we're gonna go back to the bubble? What I said before.
You said that. Like I
But
said,
actually,
I'm
I thought
gonna
Miami's
give
gonna- I
you your
thought Philly's gonna
flowers.
win
You
the
said
series.
you said right here
Man,
3
I've been a
weeks
Heat
ago.
fan since
They
'88.
was gonna beat. They was gonna beat Golden State. So I give you that.
Yeah.
You called it. So what the series going like for this one?
But don't act like he just
6.
a psychic. He
I'm
said that about
I'm
every.
a trash can.
every team
A
they-
trash
yeah.
can get a steak bone. So we just let's move forward. He good.
Yeah, well, no, you didn't have
Broke
that same.
clock right twice
Hey, no,
a day.
no, had the same energy y'all have. There's no way they gonna be able to stop going. Okay, all right.
Okay, well, like I said, hey, I stand to be correct. I
We'll
own
be there.
that.
Dragon, we'll
Yeah.
be there. We'll be on time.
Okay, Trigg, what's your take on it? Lakers and how many?
I like the Lakers in 7, but it all depends on AD. If he come to play, they can do it in 6.
Okay.
No, if AD is healthy, this won't be as good as a whole lot of people want it to be.
OG, what's your take on it?
The Philly 1983.
Okay, still don't feel
That
like
boy
they
feelings
feel it.
hurt.
I hate the
boy.
Lakers. So I and
So
I
the-
can't.
wait,
I,
wait.
he
Let me ask you. How long you been just hating the Lakers since they back 82
no.
or prior to that?
1980.
1980. Okay.
Yeah.
He worse than Morris Day in Purple Rain right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Morris, Morris is one of the linest dudes ever on wax. Hey, listen, if you ever listen to Cool, Morris say he got a penthouse in Manhattan. Now, Cool come by 81, 82.
And he got an 87 Cadillac
Yeah.
Seville.
Yeah.
Two more about got an 87 Cadillac Seville.
And he got a Maserati.
And the Maserati too. About 81, 82, Morris said that. You hear me?
Yeah.
But nah, keep it to 1,000.
Italian cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He clown now.
Hey,
Cool was the jab though.
the key to this series is it's gonna sound crazy when I get a matchup. It's gonna be what that boy Michael Porter.
Say it again. Say it again, OG. I've been screaming that.
Who win that Michael Porter? Hey, because guess
no.
what? Guess what? The boy got he a matchup.
He got
problem.
everything.
Yeah, he got everything.
He got the whole. He
Hey,
got the
guess
whole
what?
bag.
Because let me just say something. Murray presents some problems that you didn't get from Clay and Steph. Because he don't just shoot jumpers. He penetrate with a purpose.
Right.
The Joker, he just.
Yeah.
Buddy play basketball. We can say we want to.
Arvidas Sabonis.
Yeah,
No,
he way better than that.
He better than
He
Sabonis.
But
dropped that thing off.
but
He
the
shoot.
thing
Sabonis came over and at the end of his
Sabonis came over late,
Yeah.
but I mean, it was just
give a
for
damn.
even when he was international.
You talking about just
He
throwing
knew
all around
he knew what Joker
No,
doing.
he's not.
the thing with them, you got those pieces. They got a lot of pieces, but that Michael Porter Jr.
Is a problem.
can be a problem. But him and AD.
You got to get that
got
dog
the same
in.
thing going. My neck, my back.
They got,
Yeah.
I got the Kai
The thing
syndrome.
about the Lakers, man, they're just recovering from giving up Kuzma and Ingram. They found some pieces with less personality
Right.
and more
But they
dog.
play
Right.
more dog.
Yeah,
They
they
got Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
They got Russell. Russell came back.
Yeah.
Straight Schroeder playing good ball.
I mean, they just got they got those same pieces. They're not as talented as far as saying scoring.
Right.
They're better role players.
And that's
Then
what I'm
then
saying.
they got this dude out of Miami. What's the dude they killing lately?
Oh, Lonnie Walker.
Yeah, Lonnie Walker. Yeah,
Yeah, but my man.
Lonnie Walker before cost me $2 million.
Yeah.
I want to bet.
Yeah.
Hey, up, man.
$2 million.
Cost me $2 million. Lonnie Walker before. Yeah, we don't bet small Conans, baby.
My dilemma, they bet $1 million on something outside it.
They had $1 million.
Yeah, I was kind of suck. I was like, oh, okay. Eric said bump to 3. I was
But
like,
Eric said, no, Triggs said bet $1 million. Eric said bump it up to $3 million.
Yeah, I need my money back. Yeah.
So, but I think for me, I'm worried about the Nuggets with the lights on them because I believe they've been
prime
commanded. They've been commanded respect. You know, we're not getting respect. You got it right now. You at home. You win 4 games. You go to Nuggets. Never been to an NBA Finals.
But this is like a moment where like a franchise story could be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but we only
Retold, and I really think like
have-
the players
They ain't got nobody to match up with LeBron.
No, we only have
On their
2.
roster,
You
Jeremy?
talking about the experience
Right.
of the moment.
But they've caught them twice. They've caught them 3 times in the conference final. And the Nuggets are 0-3 against them.
Right, but we only have what we have AD, LeBron. Who else?
That's it.
But that's enough.
No,
On that
Reeves ain't
team.
got no playoff. He ain't got no conference, no finals.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, but
No,
your
talking
main,
about Schroeder. Schroeder was on the bubble. He on the
Yeah,
bubble
Schroeder,
team.
yeah.
Yeah, Schroeder was on the bubble team. He left and came back.
11
right.
came
So
back.
that's
he
what
was
I'm
on
saying.
the
But
bubble
you
team.
have
Yeah,
guys,
Yeah, dumbass decision.
right? But he was
He took less.
I got $1 million.
He took less.
Like I said, but I think for Denver, if you want the respect and you have no guys that's been on that team, like I said, you've never. The stage is going because it was different than what it was in the bubble. So now you traveling, you got home games, you got to go to L.A.
The press is
The only person on the team ever been on the big
Right.
stage probably is what, Jeff Green?
That's it.
That's the only person been on the
So
big
you
stage
sit
on
back
the
and
whole
think,
roster.
and then the
For
way
Denver,
they
you're-
did the schedule, OKC, he was on OKC till lost to Miami in 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was on that team. So
You
you
know,
sit back
you know,
and
Jeff Green and Durant, same year, draft.
Yeah.
Seattle
No, I
Supersonics.
remember. I just
Yeah,
didn't
that
remember.
was the last
Yeah,
Seattle
yeah,
Supersonics.
He was
Yeah.
on the team when
They was both
They was.
number 1 picks that year. They were Seattle's last 2 number 1 picks. Jeff Green and
Yeah.
Kevin
So
Durant.
then you sit back and think the way they got the scheduling set up is that now Boston goes to Miami on Sunday night, but LA on Saturday night with Denver coming is going to be a zoo. I don't look for Denver to win that first game in LA because it's going to be a zoo, and the hype is building. So now you got they on Reeves, they got Walker. The Lakers have put pieces in, but I like Denver's depth, and I don't think there's nobody. Now they probably going to bring in Tristan Thompson as far as the body on Jokic.
They better get some rest because they finna run the air out on them in Denver.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So
They finna run the air out on them in Denver.
The altitude is always a factor, but,
Right.
you know, but
But you know, they got Jack coming back to games now in L.A.
yeah, Jack,
That's
man,
on the
yeah,
side.
it star-studded now.
him, Diane,
You know,
Keaton,
I
all of them.
understand.
there,
If they win the first game,
I understand,
they-
but
they-
Jack
they-
can't get no buckets now.
no. Listen,
don't have to.
If they get that first game, first couple games,
Yeah.
and they come to the forum, Jack will have that broom in there.
I'm telling you when they were showing,
Get this shit up out of here.
and I'm telling you how crazy it is in L.A. They showed the Dodgers game after the game. They had people out on
Watch
the
the
stand.
Jumbotron. Watch the Jumbotron.
Jumbotron watching the Lakers.
Yeah, they love. Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
The
So
Lakers
they-
is LA number 1 team.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Of course.
Without a doubt.
So I think it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. So what you got? Who you got?
It's gonna be tough for me, but I really think Denver gonna win
And how many games?
in 7.
But every NBA historian is pulling for Celtics Lakers because that's history.
Yes, sir.
Including ABC.
Yeah. Ain't no doubt about it. ESPN, everybody.
You get a chance to bring
tie.
Larry Magic back out.
And then like Trigg said yesterday, break the tie. Who got the most chips? Go ahead, I'll let you finish.
But I don't think we're gonna see that this time.
Well, like I say, we'll see. One thing,
It's not that I want my get back.
Hey, quoting the late great Kuda B again.
I want
the
my
game
get
ain't
back.
played. The game ain't played here at the studio. You can't call in sick.
Yeah, right.
He always say real low too. Well, heavy. If you feel that way, that's okay. But the game got to be played. It ain't gonna be played here. Played a long way from here. So, I want you to know that.
Yeah, Denver got some hard matchups with the Lakers because they don't have nobody on their roster to match up with LeBron.
None. They gonna try,
I don't care where we look down the bench. You hear me?
They gonna try Uncle Jim. That ain't gonna work.
But
Yeah, I'm talking about Porter can't guard him.
no.
Too light.
I guarantee they might try to play. What's the dude they got from the Nets, the guard? But he played ball. He pressured the ball. Brown. They gonna try stuff like that.
Brown
Play
too small.
But
He's
I'm saying,
him, man, Smurf.
slow him down coming up the court.
You talking about
Which
coming up
we
the
got.
court.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they can't. Because guess what? They want to play transition, but you don't.
They gonna slow down.
And guess what? But the other thing, you don't want LeBron coming down here.
And I was just about to say that.
Full speed.
If they come out, you can just tell the vibe with Bron in the first quarter of the game.
Yeah.
I really believe they go, hey, we finna work the first 3 plays, get on the block. We finna give you the ball. And if they ain't got nobody to guard you, LeBron will probably average 35 to 40 in this series.
That's how they came out against Golden State last game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and everybody started making their shots.
No,
So
what they showed is that Golden State didn't match up with the Lakers.
No,
That's
what they showed is, guess what? Kuminga. You got to put a young body out there with him. You hear me? And that's a young, big body.
Yeah.
And they knew Andrew Wiggins had the broke rib.
Yeah.
He was at disadvantage, and they ain't making excuses.
heart.
Yeah, they ain't making.
And then you trying.
Well, that's rough, ain't it, boy?
Yeah. Broken heart.
You had Clay trying to go like you can't.
He had a broken heart.
And then, like I said, then Golden State, they looked old.
He played well, though, but that's the situation he was in.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
Damn,
played hella
bro.
well. Yeah, because that's a tough one there. Yeah.
That's a lot to deal with.
That's a lot to deal with.
That's a lot to deal with.
That's a
But
show by itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I just think Celtics Lakers would be. I find it hard for the Lakers to beat the Nuggets, but stranger things have happened. So and right now the Lakers, even like the
You see,
Heat,
you find it hard for the
seed,
Lakers to beat the Nuggets?
I just for what they have for matching up. There's nobody that's gonna guard LeBron, but like you say, but if they get up and down, that's gonna be the key to the game is the pace. If Denver speeds the game up, that's gonna be rough for the Lakers. But if the Lakers can play with their pace, where they slow the ball up a little bit and move,
slow the game down, they gonna win.
yeah.
Right.
I ain't gonna say that because the slow down game benefit Joker. Because let me tell you, now Joker, you get half court, he get AD some problems playing defense against half court. You heard me?
To me,
the ugly basketball worked for him. You heard me? Yeah, it worked for him.
I think 110 is the number.
Foul.
If you keep Golden State under 110, you got a good chance to win. You keep them on 110, you got a good chance to win.
Golden State.
I'm sorry, if you keep the Nuggets, excuse me, I'm still sick.
You still
I'm
wanna-
still sick
you
by
wanna
Golden
come
State.
back?
I hope to be a game 7.
It's just some matchup problems on both sides, but ain't nothing bigger than that one. They got nobody.
And then shout out to Darvin Ham because he's been making great adjustments throughout the course, even on the game throughout the course of
And
the
a lot of people were just wondering why he got the job and why he was the one selected. And he been doing the thing though.
Paid his dues.
he paid his dues.
He paid his dues.
He been doing his thing. Well, he paid. He got in good with LeBron, so he does.
He paid his dues.
Well, he definitely, like I said, he got in definitely, but I think some else. But he just made great adjustments. Like you played Lonnie Walker, who hadn't played none, and brought him out game 4, who really.
He ain't no Spoelstra, but he all right.
But this is his first season. I mean, who saw the Lakers? Who saw the Lakers going this far first year? You really saw that?
No, I didn't see it at all.
Thank you,
Not
Trigg.
me.
Especially after the trade. Because that trade's like, wow.
When they got
But you see them together?
At the beginning of the season, when I said it's going to be a long season for Laker fans.
Yeah, you
Right.
did.
When Westbrook, he takes it fit.
And it started. Well, see, I didn't like that move anyway, but yeah, but it started long. But
Yeah, I told him in the barbershop, y'all, that's not what y'all need. When they got Westbrook, that's not what y'all need.
no.
Yeah.
He fit better. He fit way better with the Clippers.
Yeah, but you know,
he fit way better with the
I
Clippers.
think he sealed his fate when he said what he said they were going to be doing while we ready for golf. They're going to be doing something. He said, remember?
Yeah, but I think Westbrook, he was still bitter about being traded. He was bitter
Go
about
play ball.
That's it. That's it.
Even y'all mentioned him earlier. He made a comment before game 6 of the night. about LeBron
Who?
and for Golden State. You don't give guys who are good. You don't give dogs.
Wait a minute, who said something about LeBron?
Dude, what's his name?
For Golden State?
Yeah, and he didn't even play. He's not even part of.
Oh, you talking about Jermichael Green when they were talking about they were flopping.
And
LeBron said they were flopping. He was like, then Jermichael Green was like Cap, you know, like.
Yeah, and then he said something.
And then,
else.
and then Curry didn't play him.
No, he didn't. He didn't play.
Hey, Jermichael Green, Steve Kerr ain't do no great coaching job this playoffs. You hear me? Because I'm just gonna tell you, when you got bodies like that,
And you
I'm
don't
a firm
use
believer
them.
you can do this.
We could talk about it. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but Mark Jackson doesn't get enough credit for
Some of that team.
For
No,
Golden
yeah,
State.
'cause
even
The
him
development of that team.
But no, even him reaching to go grab Steph, nobody saw that.
And then you know what? But even that,
Clay was a reach.
But they showed something.
Yeah, Clay was a reach.
Yeah, yeah,
When
yeah.
you took Clay was a reach. But you know he saw, boy, that boy can shoot. You hear me?
2000
And then he said
and,
about,
and he could D up.
2014 was the
He could.
last year they lost to a Western Conference team in the playoffs.
And they showed the teams that was
The
together.
Clippers beat them in 2014.
That was CP3 was with the Clippers.
Wow.
Yeah. Lob City, Blake Griffin, Jamal Crawford,
Okay.
DeAndre Jordan.
They showed
yeah.
the teams that was together when the last time they lost to a Western Conference team.
Yeah. So you sit back and think
That was
that's almost
crazy.
10 years.
Right. That's a dynasty.
Yeah, that's a dynasty.
It's over though.
Yeah, I hate to say
No,
it, but
for real.
I think
I mean,
I
I
think
don't
you're right.
think it's
though.
over. I think they got another run left
They
in
can
them. I don't know if
retool.
they'll
They
win
can
another
retool.
chip.
But you got it. But the thing is though,
Yeah, but one team
they
they can
live and
retool.
die. They live and die on making threes.
OKC got 15 first-round picks in the next 4 years.
Yeah, when they don't make threes, they're not the same
Yeah,
team.
but something's happened.
And
to
then
the
something
NBA
else, too.
draft. It's like it's not a science. It's never been a science, but there's something wrong with some of these guys that get drafted.
The
really
player
aren't that
development
good.
is coming out. They're not ready.
Right.
Ain't no,
But it's but another thing with
I don't like one and done. You know what I mean?
So let's go back.
I'd rather you come straight out of high school than
Let's
do one and done.
let's go back 10 years. 10 years, man. Duke didn't have one and dones.
No.
They played 2 to 3 years.
Michigan
Right.
State didn't have them.
I
There's a
think
bunch of
that's
schools-
why
You know what I'm
Coach
saying?
K retired.
Right,
North Carolina
exactly.
didn't have them. Yeah.
So the game is just so different.
Right.
The
North
fundamentals.
Carolina has some one and
The,
done.
the fundamentals are just not there.
We talking about
These
dogs.
guys right out of
We ain't
high
talking
school,
about Harrison
man.
Barnes.
Really,
Yeah.
one
We
year
talking about
ago.
dogs.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we talking
But
about.
but that's what made the tournament so exciting this year because you had guys
Yeah.
Come on,
been there 3-4
man.
years, you know, and you saw guys, teams like you saw FAU made it to the fourth. Kansas State, I mean, they beat Kansas State, but you had
Composure, team camaraderie.
quality. It was quality basketball, like you said. Teams been together 3-4 years.
Know where you're gonna be at on the floor.
When the
Yeah.
last time you seen a dude who won the National Player of the Year come back to college? Remember the kid from Kentucky was the National Player of the Year. Not this
Yeah,
year, but the year before.
Sean Bay.
Yeah, yeah, he came back. You know?
Yeah, and they didn't make it out. They didn't make it out the second
You know,
round.
but John Calipari said, you come to Kentucky, that's your first year in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's real.
But you sit back and think, and it's funny you say that. I could just sit back and think. We can go back, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Murray,
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis,
Booker,
Maxey, Fox,
Monk.
Shea Gilgeous.
Derrick Rose.
SGA Derrick, but that was Memphis. But like you say,
Yeah, but that was
SGA.
Calipari, though.
It was
Yeah,
Calipari,
yeah, okay,
correct.
yeah.
So you just called out 10
Michael
guys,
Kidd Gilchrist.
and then you sit back
Robin.
and think,
Yeah.
when you call out Booker, Fox,
Bam.
SGA,
Yeah.
Bam.
Well, Bam stayed though. Bam didn't come right out.
Yeah, Bam was
Bam-
sophomore year,
Yeah.
but you're talking about 7 or 8 elite basketball players in the last 10 years that played on under Calipari, Kentucky.
Yeah,
If you look at any NBA roster, you're gonna have somebody from Kentucky on the team.
You know those schools?
We got
Okay.
one.
Villanova.
Oh yeah.
Kentucky and Villanova dominating the NBA
But I
rosters right
said
now.
elite.
The teams
I
is winning.
said-
Yeah,
Kevin Knox too. Kevin Knox
yeah,
too.
yeah. Yeah, teams is winning. You look on. A lot of these teams got Kentucky and Villanova players. You hear me?
The guy played for the Knicks that got hurt. He didn't play. He from Kentucky.
Quickly. Yeah. So they got
Listen, I ain't know Jared Vanderbilt went to Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jared Vanderbilt went to Kentucky. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So you
I
got-
didn't know
you
that.
got- I
Yeah,
remember one year they had 6 guys got drafted. Like,
That was AD year.
yeah. Booker didn't
Yeah.
even start.
Yeah.
Booker came off the bench.
can you imagine that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And they got one
Because he light
chip.
skin.
They got one chip. That's it. They got one chip.
You
Yeah.
gotta play 40 minutes. You gotta play well for 40 minutes. What? 6 times?
Yeah, I mean the tournament. But I think there's the way the tournament is set up now. It was very exciting this year because there were teams that you never even saw. Like everybody was on Houston, and who sent them home? Miami beat Houston.
yeah,
Okay,
Miami,
then
yeah.
Alabama, everybody was Alabama. They got sent. I mean, they got
I was
pushed
on
around.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was on Alabama to cut the nets. I thought,
They had
okay,
shooters.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had shooters.
literally. Yeah, they did. Dade City be clouded, man. Dade City be clouded. Dade City be clouded. So before we get out, I gotta ask y'all one. We saw the.
You got him.
What's that?
The creme de la creme of our sponsors.
No, we ain't through with them yet. We got one more for the. I'm for that. We're looking at the NFL schedule.
The Bucks win the NFC South.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay.
definitely.
That's fair. That's fair. Trigg co-signing.
That's the first thing we good, but I knew you was a wise man all the time.
Okay. Any game you looking at this season like, okay, I know this is gonna be because they got 14 playoff rematches from what they had, going into this season. I mean, you got Bills.
Why we start with
Bengals.
Kansas City and Detroit?
That's
You don't
gonna be-
like that?
That's
No,
gonna
I
be a
don't
better
like
game than you think it's gonna be.
Yeah, but it just.
Detroit gonna make some noise this year. I think
Yeah,
Detroit
they
gonna
gonna
make
win
Detroit.
the
Gonna,
division.
Expected to
They
make
gonna
some
win the
noise.
division.
yeah, they're gonna make some noise this
I'm
year.
just really waiting to see what
got
Lamar gonna do with
suspension.
all these receivers. He got some weapons,
He do.
and I want to see it. Goddamn it.
Okay, but I think,
So-
but also I think some of that too though.
So they gonna
People.
play defense. They gonna play.
Oh yeah, Baltimore gonna be the
They gonna
Central
score-
gonna be
they
the
score
Central
some
gonna be
offense.
tough.
They gonna score some offense.
Yeah, they go. They
They're gonna
like
score-
Lamar.
score-
Like
score-
Lamar.
They
I think
playing
Lamar gonna throw a lot of
Cleveland
numbers
gonna
this
be
year.
better.
Cleveland gonna be better.
Cleveland gonna be better.
Pittsburgh
Deshaun
gonna
ain't
be
played.
better.
Deshaun ain't played a whole year of football.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
black
and
and
He
blue.
came back.
Yeah.
Of course, he ain't gonna be.
They're
on
gonna be
the
physical.
It's gonna be a physical division.
Yeah.
It's gonna be what it is. The black,
That black and blue. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
black
black
and blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
just
gonna ask
think
y'all,
Baltimore come out of that though.
If you the coach,
Can you
if you the
call
coach
it?
of the Bucks,
No, Cincinnati, man. Let me tell you something. Okay, well, nobody say. Let me tell you something.
Cincinnati gonna win the division.
Joe Burrow, tough.
Yeah,
What?
he is.
They
Joe-
gonna win it. Cincinnati
Hey,
gonna win that
hey,
division.
and
he got weapons. Boy,
And
and Joe Burrow, tough.
So
No,
now
it's all about who fighting for that wild card
Yeah.
in that division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Because
it's
that,
everybody
that
else.
division is what division said, man, listen. And with 17 games, you can get that whole division in the playoffs because it's 17 games.
You're right.
You heard me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you
gonna
get
be
that. You
hard,
get that, but
but they
you
can get
you
three.
definitely three. But you might can get four because guess what? We done seen that everybody had a winning record before.
Right.
And guess what? Last couple years, 9-8 got you in the playoffs with a wild card team. You hear me?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
9-8 can get you there because the NFC South.
But
I mean
see,
AFC
like-
South.
But even like
Yeah.
even like AFC East, Buffalo, Jets, Miami, everybody's on the Jets.
But
Jets
but
gonna be
because
all
the
right.
thing about Buffalo, first place schedule lost a lot. Let me tell you, when they lost Tremaine Edmonds, that hurt their defense.
Yeah.
You hear me? That hurt them. They lost a lot of pieces in Buffalo.
and they got the Jets out the gate Monday night. Aaron Rodgers first home game.
Now the Jets could
That's
be
tough.
the team.
Take Jets.
I mean
Take
Buffalo. Buffalo.
throw
I said
darts.
put on the belt.
Yeah,
And
anytime you get
Buffalo
the
could be
right
the
person doing
team
that shit right
that could surprise everybody and regress. You hear me? Because defensively they lost a lot.
No, they got
And in that
exposed
division,
last
you're
year
gonna
in
have to
the
make some
playoffs.
stops.
Who?
Yeah.
Buffalo.
But the thing
we
is
saw
though,
that wasn't really
Cincinnati.
good
But see, the
about
thing is,
Do Aaron Rodgers play
Cincinnati
better?
ain't scared of them. Cincinnati,
No.
but see,
Cincinnati
Buffalo,
not
which is
scared of
crazy.
nobody.
But I'm telling you, what's crazy. I think Buffalo has Kansas City's number, but Cincinnati don't even see them. But then Cincinnati can't get past Kansas City.
Yep, no.
it
You know,
ain't-
last
I
year
don't
first
think
time
it's that.
Kansas City beat Cincinnati.
No, yeah,
that was Joe
sure.
Burrow
And
first
that
time.
was-
But
that
it's
was
like
a-
Kansas City
Cincinnati
owned Buffalo.
call.
You hear me? Yeah, but let me tell you, it's some quarterbacks over there in that AFC.
Oh yeah, ain't no
Quite
doubt
a
about
few.
that.
But who have the best defense in the AFC? Gonna be the team to watch. Which team come out there and hit you in the mouth on both sides of the ball? You hear
And
me?
I really think it's gonna be the Jets.
What rookie y'all expect to pop out this year?
Bijan Robinson. Atlanta built for him. They built for him. You hear me? Atlanta built for him. You know,
So you thought it was a good pick?
I'm gonna tell you this.
It
I
wasn't.
ain't gonna say it was a great pick, but guess what? For what they do, you got Bijan Robinson and our boy Cordero Patterson coming down your throat.
It's funny you say that because that's
taking-
Derrick
taking-
Henry.
Yeah, you hear me?
That Arthur Smith, that's Derrick Henry.
Boy,
Cordero Patterson, one of me and Mike's favorite players. Listen, when you line up at the 109 yard on kickoff return
And bring
with your
that bitch
heels
out.
in there, I'm not down in
This
this.
motherfucker coming.
I'm coming out there on full speed. I'm coming forward.
I gotta tell you this story, dude. So we're in Southern Cal. We watching UCLA playing against
DTR.
playing Southern Cal. So
Okay.
so we got this guy #1 Bryant for USC, and all I think about is Cordell. You know what I'm saying? The ball is goddamn is on probably going to like the 101. He doing this shit right here.
Yeah, I hate that rule.
I'm so but now the guy from
The college,
so the guy
he can fat catch and get it on. I hate that rule in college.
22 yards deep. Bring that bitch out. I just said, God, I told my guy, I said, man, you gotta want to be great. You gotta believe in yourself.
And it's funny you say that. Before we get out of here, give me that Joe Red story. I'll know Trigg probably remember this.
But JoJo?
Yeah, give me that story.
Joe Red?
Yeah. But wait, I'm gonna let him tell it.
Me and Fowler was standing next to each other, and they punted. I don't know, y'all we punted to them, and Joe fair caught the ball, and me and Fowler said, yeah, he's scared. I don't know what they talking about Joe. Man, he took the next play 80 yards.
Hey,
How you had the quarter?
Hey, listen. You don't hear me. I'm on the field for that play.
Okay.
Yeah, you was the same.
Listen.
I thought it was Darrell and Dwayne.
Yeah, but listen, Joe Redden is one of the most underrated backs in Hillsborough County. Because Joe was small, but let me tell you something. Joe be in the hole so quick, he be like, Joe, what you doing back here so quick?
You right there.
Listen, don't get the little fat body confused now. But I'm going to tell you, listen, when Joe hit the hole, Joe was unbelievable,
As
man.
Chamberlain.
Yeah.
As Jay Gruden.
As anybody.
As Jay Gruden.
I'm gonna ask Trey if I get best running back you saw.
Well, it's kind of hard to say because Riche played quarterback, but I seen him play running back too. He's the best high school football player I've ever seen with my own eyes.
Thank you.
See, old school people say Derek Fullwood.
Nah,
They said Derek Fullwood was a man.
But he was before me.
Yeah, he was before you.
Yeah.
He was before you.
Yeah.
Running back?
Yeah.
Oh,
And he's a
run-
total-
running back?
I'm gonna tell you somebody
Joe
who's tough
Red.
though. Kevin Marshall, Scooter, at Plant.
Yeah, KB?
Crunch. They had a,
No.
They had a gang of backs
Yeah,
at
but
Plant.
Kevin Marshall, he's what, number 7 or 6? 6 at Plant. He was under Percy.
Yeah.
He was tough as hell.
Percy was tough, too.
So I remember Dawes talking about Lundy at Chamberlain.
Yeah,
How
He
he got off
was
on
those
them.
troopers together. Great
Yeah.
Shaft.
Yeah, Shaft. Shaft.
They was straight. Lundy was tough with the Northwestern, but nobody was better than Riche.
Best back I ever coached to get when I was in high school.
I was at the game. Y'all playing Dixie Hollins, and Riche was running the option. Now, he running towards us. I'm on the sideline. He riding that motherfucker in, and he riding that motherfucker in. He telling the linebacker, man, take him. He flicked that. He was just tough, though. He played DB, he played receiver. He was just best football player I've seen him play, man.
What about you? Who you saw?
Best.
Running back.
Karen Sarmiento.
Sorry.
It was he played for Southeast back in. I think he graduated '99 when I graduated. But his name was Hiawatha. I forgot his last name.
He was told it.
Was it Hiawatha Scott?
Yeah.
Smith
or Scott, one or two.
Yeah.
He went to Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
But he was told it.
Yeah.
On that level,
We called him
Roosevelt Snipes. I'm gonna tell you a true story now. You may
Go
not
ahead.
hear this.
Go ahead.
Hey, Roosevelt Snipes went to Florida State to this day. Y'all respect here.
I remember the name.
Roosevelt Snipes.
I remember the name.
But I was lucky enough to see Roosevelt Snipes when he was high school. That year, my brother and them was at the J. They had the top defense in the state of Florida. They kicking the Snipes on the kickoff return.
And what high school he went to?
Sarasota High.
Okay.
Sailors.
Hey, Snipes, once again, ball going in the end zone in high school is dead.
Right.
Snipes is on the end zone. He on the goal line with his heels in there. They kick it to him. Snipes get that thing, take it 99. It's a penalty, bring it back. They go kick it to Snipes again. Snipes take this one 97. And guess what? Ain't no calling it back. Clarence White was Coach God bless him dead. Hey! Whatever we do, we ain't kicking to the sniper no more tonight. But listen, true story. Hey, unbelievable athlete at Florida State did his thing. You heard me? I'm talking about got in a little trouble. Story. I'm gonna tell you a story when we get off the show. Hey, guess what? He went to jail. Got out of jail. Sanford 49 still took this dude like the second, third round. But he had some habits that didn't allow him to really play.
Right.
But when I tell you, unbelievable,
He's
listen,
tough.
better than Emmett. And Emmett might be the best back they talk about in the state of Florida, but that Roosevelt Snipes was Emmett with all kind of things.
So he's better than my Uncle Greg.
Well, Greg Trigg, legendary, because it's the same thing. You kick it to my brother. You ever, hey, listen, this is so good.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, right.
my older brothers, listen, this don't
4-2,
lie.
Greg.
Hey, we used to listen to that, but my dad used to give us all $5. I was young, so my brothers get my money. I said, don't worry about nothing. We're going to take it to the concession stand. We got to get some more money. Because all we cared about is, guess what? Here go our bet. We go to the other side, go to the other team's side. Guess what? I bet you my brother scope. Now we got $15 between us. Okay. and we betting 30 times.
So you coming up there?
Listen, them $5 turn 25, 30. You hear me?
That big money.
Me
in
being
too.
the youngest, I don't give a 10. But
I was gonna say, they put something in your hand.
Hey, because there was no doubt he gonna score. You hear me?
Yeah, Greg, what's up, man?
He gonna score. Yeah.
I want to thank y'all for coming out kick with us, man. Y'all give me the shout outs when we get out of here, man.
About him.
He already said. He said, old boy.
No, didn't he say?
He said Riche.
No, did we give a shout out to the best barbecue place in Tampa?
We finna acknowledge them on our way out. That's why I said that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, bro, you know what? You miss a week. You forget stuff.
And
You ain't got no more
not
PTO
gonna
yet.
be-
he been on maternity leave.
Take your
Yeah.
paternity leave. Y'all get shout outs for y'all get out of here, man.
Yeah, man. I want to thank the Tampa Bay area for supporting what we do in Carver City with Conan's barbecue.
Pull that
man.
thing up. Pull that thing up, Torres. Let the
Show it
people
to
see
them.
that Conan's, man.
You know, hey, on
Yeah.
behalf of the city of Tampa, we appreciate what you do.
Yeah.
And you do it modestly.
Yeah.
You do it well, and we need more people like you.
And I tell people all the time, man, this guy to my far left with that gift of gab.
See that false advertisement?
Huh?
9 o'clock. We go. Hey, for people watching the Chop Shop, Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
9 o'clock. Yeah. We're going to correct that. 9 o'clock. We tried 10.
Try 10, didn't work.
That extra hour was killing the staff.
Yes, sir.
So they keep coming like 9:40,
Yeah.
9:50.
That was a 10. Man, we changed that
3 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Hey, I'ma
COVID
tell you
came,
who
yeah.
fault that is.
Daryl.
I ain't never put the hours on there.
Well, you
I didn't
know,
So
now,
where
y'all
they get the
got to
hours
understand.
from?
Y'all got to
It's
understand.
right there.
D hours is from when we open to past we close. You heard me? You got to understand
You got to
that.
call. Well, yeah, what?
Say D came the other on Sunday. Yesterday, D came before we opened.
Yeah.
Guess what? D ain't got to worry about that. You hear me?
They take care
And
of
guess
Everybody
what?
else do though.
Yeah.
No, you know,
They
family ain't got y'all ain't got to worry about
They make me
that.
feel good, and I feel like somebody when I walk in there. I ain't gonna lie. I go there just sit out, just chill. Like,
That's what
they
I
ready?
mean, like a place like Conan, that's the environment we want to create.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
done a great job.
Y'all done a great job, buddy,
great
man.
job, Mike.
That's what it's
And
about,
not even just creating that environment, but with the things you're doing, giving back to the community.
People have no
giving back to
idea.
the city.
Yeah.
I commend y'all for that, man. Because that's
Mike, you could be mayor.
And it's funny, like, you know, because he's so. Both of y'all, like I said, both of y'all are not. Both of y'all,
That's tough job right there.
Y'all not rah guys about what you do. You just do it.
Nah, me and E talk all the time, man. And we truly feel this. If everybody do a little, we can accomplish a lot.
You right.
Yeah.
You
know
right.
what I'm saying? And no people don't know where to start. Just start.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we were so glad to have you come on with the feeding the homeless on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
That's the crew. Yeah, that's the crew.
But we needed that, man, because we were getting it done, but we was able to reach more.
And we do that. It's so serious. This year, me and D ran into each other at the same spot.
Same spot.
I said, D,
Dropping
you
off
in my
groceries.
spot.
I said, man, you got to get out my trap. I was in E-trap, yeah.
Listen, me and D back there in the alleyways. He go, brother, no, I don't want nothing. But here you go.
I bumped into him twice, but like I say, that's what's about giving back, trying to make a difference, man. And more people should jump on and get on that. 'Cause that's what it's about, man. You blessed to live the quality of life that you do. Give back, because I'm telling you, man, when you feeding the homeless puts you in a very realistic. That could be us. You know what I'm saying?
That's the last thing I'm gonna say about that. Just understand this: when God elevates you, it's not for you, it's for the others that you love.
Yeah.
And if people realize that, they think that, you know, when He elevates you, I gotta get me a Bentley, I gotta get me a big chain, I gotta get this right here, I gotta live over here. No, I'm in the city, I'm black college. I want to live in the black community.
Yeah.
I want to build up where I'm from. I
Yeah.
mean, because I always think about my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? My dad wanted me to move in Carrollwood. I said, Dad, I don't want to live in Carrollwood, man. He said, why not, man? I said, Dad.
They don't do nothing but
I
steal from
said,
y'all,
I said, Dad, I have a problem with my son being ostracized by the color of his skin. He said, that shit don't happen like that, man. That's old shit. I said, okay. Not a minute later, Trayvon Martin, he ran and got killed.
Right.
You understand? So I'm from Carver City, West Tampa. You know what I'm saying? That's where I want to dwell. You know what I'm saying? That's where I want to live.
You're a preeminent example of what can happen. You all do it well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, definitely. Like I say, we definitely anything that y'all own, Chop Shop is on board. Like I said, we own that. So ain't no doubt about that. So like I said, we definitely gonna run that feed the homeless bag. So you know, we got some stuff coming. We got to get Torres maybe during football season. We get Torres coming out maybe on a Saturday morning. Maybe call some games. Torres, you open to that?
We'll see.
Okay.
Nah,
we'll break. Hey, I'll buy the candy.
That laugh that you do.
Yeah, like,
Tori, you got to come to the pit and hang out.
I know.
Hey, listen,
yeah, that was our first man Tori down there, man.
Hey,
do
Tori,
it at the
I'm
pit.
talking about Tori. Listen.
You know,
Listen,
that's twice.
Do it. Hey, listen. On a football Saturday, football Sunday, that's when I'm at my best. You hear me?
Yeah.
That's the only time you
That's
go.
tailgate,
That's the only time you
Tori.
hear the music turned down a little bit.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm at that old school playing. But listen.
Yeah.
Man, we just love football.
Tailgate, Tori.
Yeah.
Like it, man.
That's why I said it's so funny. When I first met Tori, we was in there doing. I was doing the show with Joe. We doing the top players of each school, and so we like, and then Trigg and them tell you they lay it out. They when you come in, they lay it out. Like I tell people all the time. I know I'm something. I'm like Norm from Cheers when I walk in there. I'm all right. You know what I mean? When you know you somewhere, you just like, okay, I know I'm straight.
Yeah.
Tori ain't getting them groceries. He can't even work the field good. He trying to eat. I said, Joe, what time we start, man? Tori's on there eat. I'm like, damn, Tori, I thought we 8:15. What time we start? I got down here 7:40.
I would say just don't come to the family house looking for no barbecue. We don't do barbecue in the year.
At all?
No.
Y'all get fridge no
Hey,
barbecue in the house.
Hey, listen. I hope, any of my in-laws watching, just tell them when you come to the Trigg house, they be looking like,
Yeah, where the ribs at?
hey, there ain't no ribs down here, man. You better go over there and get you some turkey
Y'all
wings.
Yeah.
Get in line like everybody else.
Listen.
But you sit back and think, if you make that all the time, that's
If you get off work, you don't want to go home and do work.
That's true.
And listen, then they don't want to leave. You heard me? They look at this. Y'all out of ribs? Man, listen, bye, man. Go home.
maybe coming in. I'll sit back and think, y'all got the holiday weekend next weekend, so and y'all close Monday, so yeah.
No. We do not miss Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July. We will be open from 12 to 4.
Yes, sir.
You better believe
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah,
We'll miss those days.
Them
Anybody
is
on
barbecue
They
days.
announced that again.
Those days,
Okay,
my
I
wife,
said
my
be
wife,
correct, okay.
my wife tell her nephew and her husband, "Is y'all ever gonna come home?" We trying, but this money coming, girl. We gotta keep making it. Yeah,
Okay, well, I might
Yeah,
have put over for a slab in. That change a little something.
barbecue days. Yeah,
Okay.
you got to have them.
Pull Wingstop up, man. I'm gonna let these guys get out of here, man, and do what they do. So shout out to my man Marcus McCass, Kim McCass. It's only 4 Wingstops we recommend. So like I
Only
say, no
4.
Hillsboro, no Sefner, no Bloomingdale. Them 4 right there we got for you.
Over there. We ain't
Go
over
check
there.
them out. 2348 Florida Highway 54, 813-705-9464. 1219 Bruce B. Downs out there in Wesley Chapel, 813-536-0222. Headquarters for Chop Shop, 9305 North 56th Street, 813-373-5174. And where it all started at, man, 2776 North Fowler, 813-903-9464. That's where it all started. That was the first store, 2003.
You know, me and Marcus played against each other in college.
He told me.
Yes, sir.
Oh, really?
He told me.
Yeah, up in,
Yeah.
we played at Eastern Michigan in Opportunity Education Classic. We
Yeah.
played Morehouse alumni had some money. They put us, I don't know why the hell we went way up there, but they flew Morehouse up there. They gave us money to fly Fort Valley. We took a bus ride.
I believe it.
To Michigan. How long? Did y'all have a charter bus or?
It was a charter bus.
They left on Wednesday.
It was a Greyhound bus.
Hey, listen,
20
they
hours.
left on Wednesday.
Y'all got that Friday?
Yeah. It was terrible, man.
Did y'all win?
Yeah, we won. You know what I'm saying? We don't see them schools in the AU now, but you know, that was the first overtime game ever in the SIC conference.
Dude,
My
that's
first
a lot of-
touchdown.
Wait, how long the bus ride was, man?
20 hours.
Yeah,
Mike,
I'm
they
thinking
said you was
military. I'm
different
like,
in
I know y'all
college
get
now.
more
So did
money.
y'all stop? They stopped y'all somewhere like to eat or just
No,
get how you live?
Get how you live.
How you gonna stop and eat me all them peaches? They brought peaches and pecans. Man, listen, I just left Fort Valley. Hey, listen, my auntie say,
Wow.
listen, you know, my mom and them, they from Fort Valley, right?
Okay.
Listen, but they not from Fort Valley. I ain't from Fort Valley.
From Griffin Line.
Nah, Fort Valley, that's the country. We from downtown Fort Valley.
Oh, yeah.
We right down the street from Bluebird. You know, we up here by the one stoplight. Yeah.
If you enjoy the Piggly Wiggly, that's definitely
Piggly Wiggly.
you in the sticks.
Boy,
Definitely.
But if you ain't experienced Buc-ee's just changed my life.
Buckets is what's happening.
Hey,
Man. I'm telling you,
Buc-ee.
they need to get
I
one
heard
here.
about Buckets. I ain't never been, but I
Woo!
heard
Buckets,
everybody's talking
Buckets
about
is
Buckets like
hey,
it's a Walmart with gas in it.
Buckets
Hey,
is
listen,
Walmart.
120 pumps.
Listen.
They got 150 bucks.
Hey, listen, Wawa is beneath me.
Yeah. Torre, you ever been to Buckets?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bucky's was half. I tell you, that's a road trip. They got one coming.
Small Walmart.
They got one coming on Ocala.
That's why I said they said they're gonna have one north going north.
Yeah, that's gonna tell you. That gonna any stores in that area like little gas
They in
stations,
trouble.
You dead.
Yeah.
They in trouble.
Yeah,
boy.
you gonna start frying fish.
They got one on
That's
10.
over.
They got one on 10 called Busy Bees. So I went there, when I went to Bucky's, and I went to Busy Bees, but I said, well, they got Busy Bees. It's kind of like Bucky's. When I came back after going to Bucky's,
Yeah.
I said, shit, Busy Bees need to stop playing, man.
I'm telling you. That changed fast, man.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Bucky's package, they own meat.
Yeah.
They
They got brisket. I mean, they got food and they got groceries.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
Brisket.
once again, you know,
PJs,
all
hey,
kind of
listen,
jerky.
listen, I don't eat barbecue, right? So my wife, hey, you got to try this. Hey, listen. So she get a turkey sandwich, right? So we driving back, right? So you know, you be on the ride, you get hungry. I said, boy, let me get some of them Bucky chips, because everything say Bucky's and Bucky's.
Yeah.
That shit's here,
Hey,
boy.
listen, I took a bite of this turkey sandwich. I said, girl, drive.
I'm telling you, hey, I'm telling you what's crazy. I'm telling you doing all the way live.
Yeah.
They fountain drinks. They got the black cherry, orange, pineapple. They got them real hood flavors.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, they got like 80 different dispensers, what they call them, for drinks.
Yeah, they got the
Oh, man, Bob, tell you,
Hey,
listen, if you ever get a chance when you ain't got nothing to do, drive to Ocala and hit Bucky's, man. I'm telling you that, you'll be
I'm taking
stuck.
my wife on a date to Bucky.
Yeah,
that's
might as
it.
well,
Hey,
yeah.
listen,
Take you about $40.
Hey, my daughter, hey, listen. My daughter, we gonna celebrate her 34th birthday party. We driving to Daytona to Bucky's.
Yeah, I'm
You
with
just think
that.
I'm playing? Like,
No,
what?
that's it. That's what you wanted.
That's what she wanted. Listen. I went up in Bucky's. Listen, man, let me take this girl to Bucky's, man. She's tripping. Listen, I was outside of Bucky's. I looked around. I said, Bucky's. Hey, I
Look
got
at
to the
everything,
door.
dog.
Looked in Bucky's. I said, oh, girl, get a shopping cart. Listen.
They got the shopping cart at the
Listen,
gas station,
listen,
bro.
Right.
I spent $500 in Bucky's, and I ain't buy no
Yeah,
gas.
we ain't going to
Let's
Bucky.
go.
yeah.
Hey, we finna get out of here, man.
I ain't buy
nah,
liquor
bro.
gas.
Let me go get out of here so we can get ready to get the next show going. So, hey, we're going to be off the next 2 weeks. We got some tourists.
miss
Won't be
y'all.
here. We're going to miss y'all. We'll be off on the 29th for the holiday. We'll be hanging out at Conan's,
more
getting them slabs together. So,
Conan
June
12,
5th, we crank back up. So, we'll talk a little NBA finals. We're going to have Jason Glenn and Jason Jr. going to be on the show. So, we're going to kick it with them. But as I always say before I get out of here, anybody want to be an artist, don't want to see the executive producer on the videos, on the record, dancing, come to Death Row. So, for the Triggs, Dade, City, Ruff, EZDZ, keep God first, love your family when you see us holler. We'll be gone. Good night.